Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Pitch Perfect podcast, where I, your host, Richie, and my fellow co hosts, Joyce and Lawrence, will be talking about the Premier League season and we'll be doing predictions today. Say hello, everybody.
Well gone.
All right, so Premier League back again this weekend. So, man, and predictions, you ready? Yeah?
Yeah, let's go.
All
We
right,
start from the
so
bottom up, or we
yeah,
start
man,
from the
bottom
bottom
up,
up?
you know?
Bottom
Yeah,
up. Okay.
so
Okay. All right.
Lawrence, you can go first, 20th.
20th. I think this is self-explanatory. I put Ipswich. Um, don't. I just do think it was a close one because I had two. I had another team that was interchangeable. I'm just putting Ipswich down the bottom just because the other team I have, they have been in the Premier League for a while, and I just think that experience will. Well, they're still going to get relegated. I just think they still will finish above Ipswich, but I just have Ipswich at the bottom just because I don't think
Yeah,
their quality is as high as the other teams that are going to get relegated. But they are still getting relegated anyways. But Ipswich is
I
20th
hear,
for
I
me.
hear. Any key players from Ipswich you think that might shine through?
Hmm?
You hear
Sorry.
any guys you think that are gonna shine through for Ipswich?
My apologies, my apologies. Key players, Omari Hutchinson
I
and
hear.
Liam Delap from Man City's academy.
Okay.
Two very good ballers. I think now I could be totally wrong. They could do a job, but those are two players I think that might, add a good strike force from a good partnership for Ipswich's attack. And I think those two will be the focal points if Ipswich are looking to get some goals, but we'll see anyways. But those are my key players for Ipswich to look out
Okay,
for.
okay, I hear, I hear. Joyce, who do you have for 20th?
On my side, 20th, I went with Southampton.
I'm the same. I'm the same. Yeah.
That's who I was interchanging with. I had Southampton to finish above Ipswich.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
That's,
yeah.
yeah, I had Southampton to finish above Ipswich. Yeah,
I hear
I
you.
went with Southampton. I just think they just don't have enough to stay up. I haven't heard anything about them in the market. Yeah, so I just think Southampton for me, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Like I have Southampton as well. I think they don't have the experience playing the Prem. Like they have a good manager in Russell Martin, and the system he's played with Southampton last season was very good, and the squad played the system to a T. But moving up into the Prem, do they have the quality to manage to stay up? I don't think so. In terms of key players, I think Ben Brereton Diaz, who they signed from Villarreal, he was on loan at Sheffield United last season and bagged 6 in 14. So they're gonna need goals out of him if they want to survive the drop. And they also got guys like Sam Edozie, who was from Man City's academy, and they got Sulemana, the Ghanaian winger. They need their attack to turn up, I'll be real. Because if not, it's a long day for them. So that's 20th, yeah? All right, 19th.
I went Southampton. So yeah, Southampton. Like I said as before, as Premier League experience, they've been there. Um, they've survived. They've been relegated. They've been back and forth really. I agree with you as you say, guys. The quality, I just don't think it'll be enough to keep them out of the relegation zone. But just due to Premier League experience, that's why I had them, giving them the grace to finish just above Ipswich. But yeah, 19th, I have Southampton.
Fair, fair.
Yeah,
So now,
I went for I went for Leicester 19th. I
Oof.
know I might surprise if you man, but I just feel like last season Leicester were a bit. I know they finished top, but they were very hit and miss for me for my liking.
yeah,
I don't know how much of that had to do with Maresca, but also with Maresca leaving, I feel like that's gonna be a
yeah.
Mm.
big loss for them.
I
And
think they were top of the league at one point and they dropped a lot of points. I think they were clear, but like a good couple of points, and all of a sudden it was a dip in
yeah,
form. And then the
Yeah,
other teams we just narrowly made promotion to the
yeah,
Premier League. Go back to what Joyce said. We don't know if that was a manager or was it a team issue. But yeah, they made it very hard for themselves towards the end. It shouldn't have needed to be that hard. It should have been very simple to just get promotion back in, but they made it hard for themselves. But look, we'll see what the story is with them really.
yeah. So who do you think are going to be key players for Leicester, Joyce?
Mavididi,
You
of
think-
course, of course. I
Yeah,
got
Yeah,
to support my brother,
yeah,
of course. You get me? I
yeah.
have to support my brother, of course. But
gotta
yeah,
rep, gotta rep.
I got a rep. But nonetheless, though, I have Leicester going down.
Yeah, fair. All
unfortunately.
right. My 19th. This one's a bit of a surprise. This one could overturn massively. I'll be real with you.
Mm.
In 19th, I got Brentford.
Wow.
I got Brentford.
Yo, yo,
Wow.
you think it's their time? You think it's their
Bro,
time?
Talk to me, bro. Talk to me.
bro. So obviously, I rate Thomas Frank and them, man. Yeah, and if they keep Ivan Tony, they have as much of a chance to survive as any other team. But I just don't think they have the depth this season. I think every other team around them has strengthened to a good point, and I'm just there like Brentford. I feel like getting left behind. Like, is they're gonna need a madness with, especially with injuries. They need a good injury-free season. No suspensions. Need to keep their head. Like as I said, key players Ivan Tony and Bomo. If he stays, even better because obviously he was linked to Liverpool earlier on in the market, and Liverpool are still looking for a winger because they've been linked with Gordon, they've been linked with Mbomo. So if they keep Mbomo and Wisa is very inconsistent on front. I'll be real
Yeah,
with you. Even as a Congolese, he's very inconsistent. Misses a lot of chances. And then defensively, the 34-year-old Ben Mee, is he gonna keep on doing his thing? Like they signed Nathan Collins last season, but he didn't play much for Brentford last season.
they got hit with a
So
lot of injuries last season as
yeah,
well. That
exactly.
Colin
That's what I'm
got hit
saying.
with a lot of injuries. Now, obviously, now we can't forget they've only just recently signed Fabio Carvalho, so
Yeah,
and that's
true.
that's a very decent player to come through the ranks.
Yeah.
I still don't know how Liverpool managed to let him go. I actually thought this was going to be his breakout season, but you know, Brentford relegated. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Bro,
But
sometimes you
it's a
need
shout. It's a shout. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but it's a shout. I hear it. I hear
sometimes you need a
Yeah.
bit of delusion and hope.
Yeah,
it.
I
Right.
would have I would have been on the same. I would have been on the same boat as you had Tony left, but
Yeah,
because Tony's still around, I feel like he might just be the difference for them. He might just get them out, get them to
I
safety.
hear. All right, so now that Southampton has been named by all three of us, so we're gonna be doing this thing once the team has been named by all three of us. I'll just name a random fact. So, fact about Southampton: Southampton's only major trophy is the FA Cup in 1976, beating Manchester United 1-0 in the final. There's a random fact for you. All
Very
right,
Interesting.
yeah.
Interesting.
So 18th, who do we have? Lawrence.
I have mad one. I do think they narrowly escaped, but there's only so much you can do before the actual quality of the print catches up to you. I have Nottingham Forest. I think they're going down this season.
Okay, okay.
I just they made so many signings when they first got in. We haven't seen that many. They got Alanga, Hudson Odoi. Like Hudson Odoi, I rated highly at Chelsea. It didn't work out, and we all know why it didn't work out. I thought Forrest was a chance, a chance to get his mojo back. He had an all right season. He got 8 goals. Boss Alanga as well. I thought he was gonna do well. They haven't been the best, even with all the money they spent last season. They just about escaped relegation as well. I just do think with the Prem heating up, as Richie said as well, where everyone's spending in the market, everyone's bolstering their teams. I do think Forest they have the depth, but as an overall team quality, I don't think it's there. I don't think it's. I think they will suffer. I think they will find that it will be too much, and I just do think they will be the first team to go, to be one of the 3 teams, sorry, to go in the Premier League at the end of the season. Key players that I would say to look out for. Um, Morgan Gibbs White. I'm very surprised he stayed. He's like for me. Don't get me wrong. At the start he was okay. I think it was mid to late season. That's when he kind of showed what he was on. I think price tag is only 30, 40 mil. Surprised a lot of clubs in the middle half haven't picked him up. Yes, I think he's a very solid player. Boss. Yeah, no, Morgan Gibbs Weiss. If I had to pick one, that would be my player to pick for Forest. Seems to be the guy pulling on the strings, but yeah, that's my player.
Low key though, I think he'd be an underrated shot for Arsenal if they weren't going for Marino. Low key.
Playing that left side of 8.
Yeah, low key. I'm
Mm,
saying, man. Especially if you've watched him at the England under 21s, I think he would do a great role. He'd be
I
a
hear
great
it.
player for that role. All right, Joyce, who'd you have 18th?
18th. Ooh, I went for Bournemouth 18th. I think
Oh, Solanke gone.
yeah, I think
Oh,
yeah, the Solanke thing has just done it for me, to be honest. Without
Fair.
without Solanke, I feel like where did the goals come from? You know,
mm,
who
mm,
who's their gunman for them? So
I
we
hear.
saw how impressive Solanke was last season, how many
mhm,
goals he got, and like they were still just about fighting,
mhm.
to stay in the league. So now without Solanke, where did the goals come from? Where did the victories come from? I don't know. Unless they go out and do something mad and bring like a good replacement for Solanke, I have them in 18th.
It's a good. They got a lot of money, 65 million. It's a if
Yeah,
they invest
true.
well, they could find a cheap gem. But yeah, for a man who was got 15 goals plus, it's gonna be very hard to find someone with that caliber to come and be like, yeah, you're Solanke's replacement. But yeah, no, I
Yeah,
hear
yeah. I'm not against that at all. I'm not against that for sure. As for me, I've got Ipswich 18th. So I think that you know what I think they'll be this season's Luton. They'll be entertaining. They'll have them
Okay,
good
okay.
games. Yeah, I think they'll be this season Luton where you're proper hoping they survive in it. For key players, Omari Hutchinson, as Lawrence discussed earlier, baller, 30 mil from Chelsea. Yeah, he's going to be big. Kieran McKenna, great young manager. I've watched a few matches when he was linked to Chelsea, so obviously he went back, looked at his tactics, seen his setup. They're very good. They're a very transition based side, but they do play some very nice football. Leaf Davis, their left back,
Hmm.
who defensively, his defensive is not great, but attacking wise, he provides a lot of quality. So I think he'll be key, as well as Jacob Greaves, who they signed from Hull City. He's literally an English Calafiori. Right? He's a proper centre back that likes being on the ball, likes driving forward, can pick out passes. So I think those three will be very key to Ipswich. But I do have them going down 18th.
Okay.
17th, who do we have? Lawrence.
Leicester. I think. Now I just want to draw my attention back. I'm not sure if you know Leicester will be handed a point deduction. I think for
They will,
SSB.
yeah.
The reason why I didn't put them in the relegation zone, Leicester have been here before. I know it was only like they've won the Prem. They know what has to be done. They know the quality. They know what to expect. Yes, I know it's been a good 5, 6 years since they've been back in this, but they still have press than the other teams we've mentioned throughout our standings. Like Mavididi. We have who else? I have Abdul Fattah. I was watching him in the championship. Very underrated player in my eyes. Jamie Vardy. They still have some of the players that were in the Prem. So a lot of the faces have gone from that title winner side, but there's still a good face around. I just like I said, it all comes down to experience. I just feel like because Leicester have won the Prem and they know what is expected, like they would not really escape relegation. I think it's very interchangeable between Forest and Leicester. They could get relegated, they could not. But I just think just because of experience, I think they'll just about stay up to see another season. But yeah,
I hear. Joyce, who do you have 17th?
Let me see. I went for Ipswich. I feel like Ipswich will just about narrow it. Like Richie, you couldn't have said it any better. They're gonna bring an entertaining style of play, entertaining style of football to the league, something different. Karen McCann, a very good coach. Obviously seen him closely at United. He was at the forefront of the coaching. He wasn't Ole, but
Yeah,
yeah, Omari Hutchinson been keeping tabs with him since his time at Arsenal. So to see him do what he's doing now, like, is nothing short of impressive. So I think Ipswich would just about nick safety.
yeah. I'll support that. I'm supporting them heavy this season. I hope they do stay up. Even though I have them down for relegation, I do hope they stay up.
And for my
As for
brother
me,
Fonteb as well, I want to see
yeah, man.
him as well.
As for me, 17th, I have Leicester just narrowly avoiding relegation. Or why? Just because I need the Jamie Vardy story to end on a high note.
me,
But
Jamie Vardy, not the same.
they they have some Premier League experience. As we know, they're two strikers, Jamie Vardy and Patton Daka. They did struggle last season, but they're gonna have to turn up big. The managerial choice was a bit of if you want Steve Cooper. I didn't rate it personally. I think they should have gone for someone like Graham Potter. But you know what? Just have to trust the process. Players that are going to be key, Steffi Mavididi and Fatau, as you've both said earlier, they're going to be very key. Two players that do love a one-on-one, and they're going to have to provide an integral end product this season. Because as we know, Dewsbury Hall has now gone to Chelsea, who was very key in the way they played and was very key in terms of goal scoring. So those two are going to have to carry a burden as well as obviously the attackers. And they have lost Iheanacho, but we just got to hope for the best, don't we?
Yeah,
And
how like they've lost Drewsbury Hall, Iheanacho, and their manager, and you still feel like they'll survive. Like how?
bro,
I don't understand.
It's Leicester, man. It's Leicester. You didn't expect them to win the league when they came into it. Like that was like what 5,000 to 1. I don't
yeah,
know. It's just for me. It's just Leicester heritage, man. It's just something Leicester would do, bro. Like don't forget they're getting slapped with a points deduction. Like I just feel like just because the odds are against them, I just back them to like find a way to like
literally,
stay up. Like
it's just right there in it. Like,
it's just right there. You feel it. Like you feel it. You feel it.
see, with this, when it comes to Premier League predictions, yeah, it's not about the logic; it's about delusion.
Mhm.
You gotta be deluded sometimes.
I'm just saying, some of us gonna get cooked at the end of the season.
Hey, if it brings in the views and publicity, I'm not complaining.
Facts.
All right, so now that Ipswich and Leicester have been named by all three of us, I'm gonna name random fact about each, starting with Leicester. Leicester City won the Premier League in 2015-16, defying odds of 5,000 to 1, which is considered the greatest sporting achievement of all time. Can't disagree with that, really.
Calm down,
And
start.
as for Ipswich Town, Ipswich won their only first division, now known as Premier League, title in 1961-62, which was an impressive feat as it was the first season in the top flight.
Wow.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
Wow.
okay.
So 16th, who do we have, Lawrence?
This is not really surprised. They kind of end their or relegation really Everton. I just think it's kind of more or less where they're going to finish this year. They never really move up any higher than that. Players to watch out for now. Attacking wise, I was looking. Mm, there's not really anyone there, but if I had to pick one, it's more defensively. This guy I think was linked with everyone at the stage, mainly United. Gerard Brandtweiss.
Yeah.
I do feel he'll be the key player to stop everything from conceding a lot of goals. I know there's Jonah Pickford, England's number one, but let's like that man was the man. Gerard Brandtweiss was the man everyone was looking for this summer. But Everton slapped what a crazy price tag of 75 mil, trying to make him the next Van Dijk region. But I don't think he's priced worth that. I think he'd be around 40, 45 mil. But Prem tax on top of English tax, how that goes, lads. You not to say too much, but for me, that's Everton's key player for the season. That's you want to watch out for. I think he will have a great season if he can stay fit. But yeah, Everton 16th.
Yeah.
I went for Forest 16th. Um I know they were just about fighting as well to survive last season. But like Lawrence, you mentioned the players that have like they have got household names in their ranks, Chris Wood, Hudson Odoi, Ola Aina. They've
Just
got
hasn't
decent, you know,
it just
they've got
hasn't it
decent.
just hasn't clicked though. And you're right though, 100% you're right. It just hasn't clicked. All these players, it's like I wouldn't even say a Chelsea thing because Chelsea on another level of scale of this, but it's just they got all these big names, and I know it's the first season, new faces that come and stuff like that, but even I would even as they were going along through the season last season, there was no progression. It was like they'll win one game next season, they get hammered, they draw again, they win. There was no like consistency within their results with that squad. So, just raises the question, like, 100% you could be right, I could be wrong. But yeah, Nottingham Forest, they have the depth. It's just a question, can they make good use of what they have really with that squad?
I
Yeah.
hear. Because I also have Nottingham Forest 16th.
Okay.
I think this season is the season where guys like Morgan Gibbs White, Anthony Alanga, and Hudson Odoi do make that step up. They go up another level in their game. I think this is season because as we know, they spent a lot of money first season,
Mm.
but this past 2 summers they haven't spent as much, and I think this is the season where they're probably gonna gel and come together as a team. So I think, and especially with a coach like Espirito Santo, Premier League experience helped them survive the drop last season, and because he has had a full preseason with the squad, and the team will now have an idea of his philosophy fully now. I think they're gonna proper go up a level, even though it is only 16th. I think it's gonna be a fun watch, and they're gonna be very dangerous, especially for the big sides this season. Personally, so I do think they are gonna survive the drop, and they'll be good personally. And as far as has been named by three of us, I go with a random fact about them. Nottingham Forest, if I can even find them. One, bros, I
I'll
can't
give
find.
I'll give you one. I'll give you one.
You know what?
They've won a
That's
European,
literally what
they've
I was
won a
about to say.
Champions League before Arsenal have. There you go.
That's
There's your
literally
fact.
what I was about to say. You know what?
Yeah.
I'll even do you, Lawrence. In fact, I'll even do you one better. They won back to back. They won
Oh,
it back to back.
lads, it's been grace. I've been Lawrence East. We will leave in the podcast with immediate effect. Thank you very much.
Sinner. Sinner.
It's grand, lads.
So
One day, we gonna get it one day. Yeah.
Yeah, one day is one day.
one day, one day. We'll just stick to that one day talk, yeah? Calm, love.
Yeah, one day, yeah, one day
All
it'll
right,
happen.
15th. Who do we have?
I put Fulham. Now, don't get me wrong. Hear me out. I know they've taken my pride and joy of my football club, Emile Smith Rowe. I hope the boys Iwobi and Kevin Bassey look after him. But yeah, no, look, Marco Silva, he's doing a great job. But compared to the other teams, I just above them, I just do feel Fulham just it's like it's an okay position for them. I will put them higher, but seeing how the other teams above them have moved in the market, I just feel like I've placed them there just based because they haven't been too active in the markets. But key signings, players to look out for. Obviously, my boy Emile Smith Rowe. Another one. Now obviously this like I don't want to go fantasy football, but this man was a gem. Was actually balling out. But Andres Pereira, I think he's another big guy to watch out for. Was balling when the injuries took place, but number 10, I know Smith Rowe wants to play in that number 10, but I can't lie, it's going to be interesting how Micro Silver manages because Smith Rowe can play in the 10, and just Pereira, that was his main position last season. He was in the 10 role, so it's going to be interesting how he plays them. Now, Smith Rowe can also play on the wing as well. Will we see him accommodate that role? But it's going to be interesting. But those are my two players, Emil Smith Rowe and Andres Pereira. But I have Fulham to finish 15th in the table.
I hear.
Yeah, can't
Joseph?
argue with that. That's a very good pick. That one. Can't argue with that.
Mm,
Um, I went for Everton actually.
same.
I just feel like Everton have that know-how. Every season they will look so
Literally.
shit, and then somehow at the end, come May time, they're still alive. So
Anyway, it's on Dyche, man. Bro, Brexit 4-4-2 football, man. That's gonna go down in the Hall of Fame style of play, bro. It never fails, bro.
bro, this is just
When you need the point, when you need the points in crunch time of the season, bro, that's who you call, man. Son Dyche, bro. He'll get you sorted.
bro. I think it's just that Everton DNA. They just got it, bro. Like Sean Dice or no Sean Dice, they just got that DNA to just get the results when they need to. To be honest, like they did that last season, they got the results when they needed to. I feel like they'll do the same this season. They'll just escape relegation. Calvert Lewin wasn't didn't play a big part last season, so I'm expecting him to have a big season this season.
Yeah.
Jordan Pickford had a good Euros, so I expect him to hold it down for them in defense. And then you mentioned as well Jared Brantwaite as well, Lawrence. So since he didn't go, it's going to be interesting to see um, how he gets on. But he should be a big
Yeah.
player for them for sure.
I said they'll keep him. I don't think any club will move him from. I say he'll stay. unless something mad happens in the last 20 days of the window. But yeah, no, 100%. Question for you. You mentioned Calvert-Lewin. Beto, what's the story? Do you think Calvert-Lewin is going to come back from injury and that's his boss? Or do you think there's competition between him or Beto for that number nine?
Competition for sure for me personally. I think
Yeah.
it's competition.
I don't think there's any competition. From
Yeah.
what I've heard, I don't think Everton fans rate Beto. To be honest with you,
So,
that's from what I've heard. He just hasn't. He's just not their cup of tea. He just hasn't looked it at all. You know.
I
So
hear.
I think it's just Calvert Lewin all the way. When he comes back, it's Calvert Lewin.
See, the thing with Calvert Lewin is just very inconsistent nowadays. You
That's
get me?
that's the problem. That's why I asked the question because like they're like you're injured and you're inconsistent. Do you just try and give Beto a run of games and see
Like
how
you
it
can't
works
trust
out?
his injury record. Like it's
No,
gonna
I
be.
agree. I agree. His injury record is mad, but I just feel like Beto is just he's just not sitting well with the fans
Yeah.
from what
No,
I've heard anyway.
I hear. Valid point. Valid point.
Yeah. As for me, I also had Everton. Obviously, literally agree with everything Joyce said. As for players, I think they've made a big signing in Iliman Ndiaye from Marseille. Obviously played with Sheffield United in Championship. I think he'll have a big season. As a rising ballers fan as well, I'm rooting for that guy heavy. I think he'll come very good. Obviously great in tight spaces, can pick a pass, and he's a great finisher. I think James Garner is gonna have a terrific season, especially with Amadou Onana gone now. That midfield, he
Mm,
has to make that midfield his own. Him
mm,
and you can't rely on a 34-year-old Idrissa Gay as well. So I think
no.
this season is big for Garner, and I think centre backs. They signed Jacob Bryan from Lyon, the Irish centre back. So I think him and Brantwaite, if they can combine together and form a partnership, I think that defense is gonna look great, especially for this season. If they can, obviously they're both young, so mistakes are gonna happen. But if they can ease out the mistakes and just be together, I think they'll be good. So yeah, Everton 15th. And a fact about Everton, Everton was the first club to reach 100 seasons in the top flight of English football, and have never been relegated. Boom, there you go.
Wow.
Spins the longevity gene.
14th.
14th. Now I'm kind of looking at it. I don't know if I should have had them here, but I had Wolves. Um, Again, not too much to say. It's kind of where they're always asked. They haven't been too active in the transfer market either, unless the player has been Portuguese. But but the matter thing, I like because they haven't been in the transfer market. I don't have any key players to watch, because like I was gonna say Huang Chan, but I don't want to be too generic because that's their main man. But if I'm being honest, madam, I don't have a key player. So if any of you have any of you want to add to that, you're more than welcome to. But I have them to finish in 14. I just like I said, I just think it's a standard place for them. They're there every season, really.
Yeah. Don't worry, I have them 13th, so I'll talk about them for you. So don't worry about them.
Yeah,
Joyce.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I have Wolves in 14th as well.
Okay.
Wolves are one of those teams where it's just they're just there,
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're just there.
they're just
They're
there,
just
bro.
participating, bro.
making up numbers.
They're just there. Yeah, I'm on the same boat as you, Lawrence. Like I don't have too much to say about them. They haven't done a lot of
Mhm.
business in the market, but they're just gonna be there and thereabouts.
Yeah,
I guess Jose Sa would be the player to watch for me from their team.
Yeah.
He's been solid for them. So if they're to nick a few wins, one or two extra points, he's gonna be the reason why.
Yeah.
fair, fair. As for me, 14th, I remember with Bournemouth.
Okay.
I,
Wow,
it's mainly
wow.
because I rate Areola highly as a manager. As a manager, he's elite. He obviously got Solanke bagging goals. So I'm there like, okay, because this is Solanke's first ever season bagging double digits in top flight football, especially at the age of 28. So I'm there like, okay, Areola, show me your magic. They got Sinistera on a permanent deal now from Leeds United.
Mm.
They have Semenyo on the other wing as well.
Yeah, no, I was just about to say to you, I get to because I have them a bit higher actually
Yeah,
based on those two, but I let you finish because I was actually
yeah.
going to talk about those two. But yeah, no, 100%.
So I think they're gonna be a team that attacking wise are gonna be very good. But defensively, if they can just stick tight
Yeah,
defensively, like that,
they're a
that's
bit
that's what it
shaky.
is.
They're a bit shaky
Yeah,
in the defense. Yeah, yeah,
no,
yeah, a
you
bit
know what I
shaky.
mean. But I think they're gonna play some nice football this season, and they're gonna be a tough one for the bigger clubs, especially um at home. So I
Mm.
I have Bournemouth 14th. So 13th.
13th, I went Brentford. Um, I don't have them as far down. I think someone had, I forgot who it was, someone had them far down. Like I said, like generic place again. They're usually around that point of the table. Now I could be wrong. They could drop down. They could go higher, but they've not lost Tony. They have Embuemo for now, unless Liverpool come in and make an offer for him. And as Richie said, Johan Wisa, I think with Fabio Carvalho in that squad, whether he's playing off the left or the cam, if he plays on that left where he likes playing, I think Wisa drops to the bench. And I think that's the best way to place Wisa, Tony, and Embuemo. I do think if those three can form a partnership, I think it might be an underrated strike force in that squad because like I keep emphasizing about Fabio Carvalho. I was watching this guy I'm still when I seen the news and work that he was sold for 27 million. I'm still shocked because that's a player that I was like, "Do you know what? Slot him in there. Slot will get the best out of him." Liverpool fans saying he must be mediocre if Slot doesn't want him. That could come back to bite them in the arse. But for me, yeah, for Brentford, my key player was Fabio Carvalho. I do think this would be a season where people will be like, why did Liverpool let him go? But yeah, Brentford for me finished 13th, generic place for them. But we'll see what going in it.
Yeah, I hear it. Joycey.
Do you know what, Lawrence? Yeah, I actually had Brentford at 13th as well. Um, Earlier in the day, I had them at 13th, but then
Yeah.
I just changed my mind and went for Brighton instead.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
just because of losing the Zerbi and Pascal Gross, I feel like that's gonna be a big loss for them.
Pascal Ross is holding that at
Yeah,
midfield. Yeah.
yeah, like the Zerbi style was a very big part into how well they performed, and with an aging Lewis Dunk, you know, it's gonna be interesting to see how they get on. But I feel like losing the Zerbi and losing Pascal Gross in the midfield, yeah, it's a very big loss for them, which I feel like they haven't replaced at all really well. So that's why I have them in that position, to be honest.
Fair, fair. As for me, I have Wolves, as I said earlier, in 13th. I obviously generic, it's just Wolves in there. Um, I rate Gary O'Neill highly as a manager. I don't know if you guys do. I think he's one of the English managers that play a very modern day style type of football. They're very entertaining. Every game they played against Chelsea last season, both games, they obviously beat us convincingly, but they were just very entertaining. Defensively, they're very nice. They're very tight. And last season, especially for penalty decisions, they got done harsh. They got done wrongly, badly as well. They have lost Pedro Neto, who did get 9 assists last season in only 20 games, which is obviously a big loss. But they still have Mateus Cunha. I think he's gonna have to take a lot of the burden assisting wise. He scored 12 goals and got 12 assists last season, so I think he needs to do more of the same. They obviously bring back Podence, who was on loan last season. They have Hwang Hee-chan. And as I was doing my research on Wolves today, I found out they signed a Norwegian striker from Celtic Vigo. He's on loan. Jorgen Strand Larsen. And in 37 games last season, he scored 13. So he's going to add to the goal scoring load that Wolves will need if they want to have a good, convincing season, whether it's surviving the drop or whether it's trying to push for a European spot. So I think he's a relatively decent signing for them as well in the centre forward spot. So Cunha and Larson are my key players in terms of Wolves.
Yeah,
And
Lars, very good striker. I have to say, I
yeah,
have to just
you watched
with
him.
that. Here and there, a few times, he's got that Dovbik mannerism
Oh,
about him. So
he's like that mold of striker.
yeah, he's that mold of striker. So it's gonna be interesting to see. I don't know if he starts for them, but
Yeah,
he's a good addition for sure.
for sure. And as Wolves has been mentioned by all three of us, fact is that their colors of gold and black is inspired by the city's motto, "Out of darkness comes light." There you go.
Wow, I didn't know that.
That's
Okay,
a hard one. I can't lie. That's a hard one.
Yeah. All right,
sounds like some
12.
Batman team.
Yeah, Batman, yeah.
Oh yeah.
My guy. All right, 12. Who do we have? Lawrence.
For I have Bournemouth. Um, I was looking at this after Solanke was sold, but I think people are being a bit too reactionary. Why I have Bournemouth 12? Obviously, Solanke was their main man, but Richie mentioned Antonio Semenyo and Luis Sinistera. Those wingers, like they're dangerous. They love 1v1s, and I just do feel like it's big money Bournemouth have spent gotten for Solanke, 65 mil. If they can get their scouts to do their scouting and get a cheap gem, don't have to splash the cash. If they can, they can. They don't really need to. Those wingers, they can step up. They can be that replacement for Solanke. Those are two very good wingers they have in their hands. And I just don't feel I feel like people are being too reactionary. Obviously, yes, they lost their star man, but I don't think that necessarily means they plummet all the way down. I just still feel like they still have quality in that squad. And I do feel if the money spent right, they'll finish in an okay place. Not in a high place, but I don't think they're in the bottom half of the table. I just don't think they're that team. They're a very good team. And as Richie said, at home they had a very good record. They were giving teams headache. They even give us a headache. Like that game 3-2. Probably one of the best games I've ever seen. But they had us on ropes, and it just goes to show that Premier League, you can't just rock up to teams and get 3 points. Anyone can get 3 points off you. But back to what I'm saying, I have Bournemouth 12. I just don't think they will fall off as people as I expect them to. But yeah, that's really is.
I hear. Yeah, I hear. I respect all of that. I agree with everything you say about Bournemouth. As I had him 14th. So yeah, not bad shout. Joyce, who do you have 12th?
I have Fulham in 12th.
Same.
Um, Lawrence mentioned Emil Smith Rowe. Big signing. Whether he stays fit or not all season, we're gonna have to wait and see. But we can't deny how big of a signing he is for them. I feel like Fulham, towards the end of the season, really we're looking really bright. They ended the season really well. They've looked well in this preseason as well. So guys like Iwobi Pereira, they've looked really good. So I'm expecting a good season from Fulham. And Marco Silva, we know of him as well, established manager.
But yeah,
So
he's
I
done
think
very
they're going
well.
to be thereabouts for sure.
No, he's done very well. Marco Silva, he's established himself in the Premier League now. He's not from Watford. He's I would like since I've seen him at Watford, I always knew he was going to be a very good manager. But yeah, no, he has Fulham. He has the players playing for him, right, which I think is the most important thing you want as a manager. You want your players to believe in your vision and your tactics. And I think once the players and the manager are connected in that sort of way, I feel like you can get the best out of your team and your players. Boss, yeah, no, look, yeah, no, Fulham 12th. Yeah, no, I agree with that show. I know I had them lower, but based on your point, you made very valid points. Yeah, I know. Wouldn't be surprised if we see him finish there, but yeah, no, good point.
Yeah, I agree with everything Joyce said. As I have them in the same spot. I think Smith Rowe is gonna have a big season ahead. I think he's gonna remind everyone why he was that top prospect alongside Bukayo Saka at Arsenal. I do
Mm.
hope he fights off his injury problems. They have that experience as well, with Willian still there, Raul Jimenez still there, and Marco Silva, a great coach. Pereira is going to still do his thing. So I do think Fulham are going to be tough. They're going to be that mid-table team. They'll win a few, but yeah, I have them there. So now that both Bournemouth and Fulham have been mentioned, I'll name you fact about each. Bournemouth have the smallest ground in the stadium. Dean Court, also known as Vitality Stadium, is the smallest in the Premier League with a capacity of around 11,000. That's
Not
pretty
surprised.
minimal.
I didn't think they were that small, but
Neither did I. Yeah, for a Prem team as well.
yeah.
That's small. And as for Fulham, they are the oldest London club as they were professionally founded in 1879.
Wow, that's a very
Oh,
interesting fact.
that's mad. Yeah,
Wow.
All
that's
right,
crazy.
11th.
11th. I went with Palace. Now people might say this is a shock. But obviously with the departure of Elise, it's a big departure. Don't get me wrong, but Crystal Palace, no matter who they've lost, no matter who they signed, usually finish around this place. So I don't think it's genuinely a surprise, really. Players to look out for. One particular man, he was caught. He was gone to the Euros, didn't play. Johnny think he should have got minutes. There's another name I mentioned, but Adam Wharton. Um, I
Yes.
think this man is in shouts for young player of the season. I think from what I've seen, from the cameos I've seen, this man, he's going to own that midfield this year, 100%. That's going to be his midfield to direct. Another player, Eze, another great baller. Now I know Eze and Dolise were kind of a duo. Everyone's always said they were a cold duo. It'd be really interesting. It'd be. I think he's gonna have a really interesting season because there's no Elise with him to play. But I think that's their main man now. Obviously, I don't know if you might have seen heavy rumors that Zaha is trying to work a deal to come back to Crystal Palace. Leicester are also exploring the option.
That's what I was about to
Oh,
say, yeah.
yeah, but if he comes back, makes it more interesting. Zaha, Palace fanboy, the fans love him. But no, I think Palace will be fine. I know, like I said, I think Elise left, but Eze now, Mateta. I don't know if you watched him. He's been having a great Olympics as well. He kind of caught fire towards the end of the season as well. He had a good run of games towards end of the season. Got a couple of goals. Now I'm not saying he's the best of strikers, but if he can continue on that form, I think it would boost Palace's chances up a lot. But yeah, that's really it. I have Palace in 11th, key players to watch out for Eze and Adam Wharton.
Fair. Joycey, who do you have 11th?
I went for Brentford in 11th. I just feel like
That's mad, That's high. That's high.
that's,
Bro,
yeah,
bro, bro, bro.
I know, but
Never
you know
mind,
what?
hi. I had them relegated.
I had them 13, but no, look. Hey, I'm just below Joyce, but let's hear what he has to say. Let's hear what he has to say.
Do you know what? Yeah, like I just feel like going into the season, we know. I feel like we can predict what Brentford's 11 is gonna be.
Yeah.
So I feel like they've established themselves as that as the Premier League side. You know what you're gonna get with them. I know they haven't been as busy in the market as they probably would want to be, but they still have got a solid back line. Pinnock, Ayer.
Mm.
They've got Wisa. They've still got Tony. That's the big one for me. Still
Yeah,
having Tony is the
I
big one
think
for
I
me.
think
That's
if Tony was gone, I think everyone's
Yeah,
ratings would be very low. Yeah,
that is the big one for me. Still having Tony. Mbemo is gonna bring you what Mbemo brings. So overall, they still got a similar team to what they had last season. So that's why I feel like they're not gonna do as bad. But yeah, 11 for me for Brentford, to be honest.
Right here, right here. As for me, I have Brighton 11th. When I was making these predictions, I kept switching them with Crystal Palace, so it
yeah,
was a
same,
toss between
same.
both. So I have Brighton 11th just because very young manager, like extremely young. He's like what 33, I think, and I just think their defense isn't tight, like it's proper leaky. But I do think they're gonna. I think what Brighton's philosophy is gonna be is just score more goals than the other team. I think that's what's gonna get them in 11th. They got guys like João Pedro. They got Matoma coming back from injury. They have my key players, Adingra, who has been linked to Arsenal today. So that's gonna be an interesting one for the next 3 weeks of the window. But Adingra and Ciso. So I think those two are going to be the key players for Brighton if they do want to have a good season. Very creative, very good on the ball, very direct. So yeah, I have Brighton 11th.
Okay,
As Brentford has been named by everyone. A fact about Brentford is their nickname, the Bees, came from a student chanting in the 1890s. That's literally the most interesting fact about them.
All right. All
uh,
right.
There we go. All right, 10th, Mandem, top 10,
I,
the big
this
one.
is I had Brighton at 10th actually. I
Fair,
think
fair,
they
fair.
finish. I think they finish above Palace. Um,
That
yeah,
one's mad. This one's mad, because they're both. This is a derby, like this is a rivalry.
yeah. Like you said, Pascal Gross. This man loved giving United chingings, bro. This man was everyone the pitch, bro. He could not resist. He could not resist a cheeky goal against United, but like all round player, bro. Yeah, huge departure. The Zerbi as well is gone. He was a great
Mm.
man. He was very good for them. I just like, do you know what? Like I've been saying this a lot today. I just feel like when clubs that we watched that had a good season lose key players, managers, everyone's just like, oh, they're gonna completely fall off. I don't think that's the case with Brighton because if you look at the squad they have, it's young. It's not young, but they have a lot of talented young players. Richie, you said a few there, like the ones I have, João Pedro. If this man can stay fit, João Pedro, if he can stay fit, I genuinely do think he has 10, 15 goals in this season. Injuries done injuries done him last season. He wasn't able to get some. He was just able to play. Junior and Ciso, another great player. I just do think he has quality. My third one, another guy I hold dearly to Arsenal, Cozier Dubry. I
Oh yeah,
think
yeah. Forgot
that's a
about him.
player Brighton fans should be excited about. And not just because he came from my club, but I watched this guy play youth academy level. The brother's cold. The brother, the
You
brother
know
is
what?
cold.
I'm surprised he
Brighton
wasn't
fans,
kept at the back of Pataka.
do you know
Honestly,
what? It pissed me off. And do you know what? I will get to that in maybe another episode. But Arteta, like, I'm in two minds with it. Like, I was just want to say, I'm in two minds with Arteta not giving these youth players chances. Like, at one part of my mind, I'm like, is the squad just too far gone to give you the chance, or Arteta just doesn't trust the youth because they're not the same quality as a certain level? But my answer to both of those, like, we have cup games. Like, play him in the cup games. Like, we played United. They didn't feel feel that starting 11. Like, they had 4 or 5 young youths in there. I was like, why are we fielding out? And I'm almost sure we're playing Spurs the week after. I'm like, why are we fielding on a full 11? They're not fielding on a full 11. We should just, play the kids, let them get the minutes, keep our full 11 fists, and, we play them. But yeah, no, Kozia Dubry, another player that, we let go as well. Yeah, no, I hope Brighton look after him, but he's another exciting player that I think will do well at Brighton. But yeah, look, I have Brighton at 10th. That's it. That's really is.
fair. Let's see.
I have I went for I went for Palace intent actually.
So we have the
I
same
know
one.
Everyone did change it really. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know they lost Olise, big loss for them. But Lawrence, you made a very good point. Adam Wharton, big season for him.
Mm.
Big season. I've got big expectations for him this season, especially since he had no part to play in the Euros. I'm expecting some sort of statement
Yeah,
to Southgate.
100%.
Like, you should have started me. You should have given me a chance. That's what I'm expecting from him. You mentioned as well, Mateta had a good Olympics. They ended the season very well as well themselves, Palace. So I have a lot of expectations for them. I expect them to finish in the top half for sure.
Yeah.
as for me, Palace 10th as well. I keep repeating this, but Palace once again have a top manager. The crop of managers in the Prem is
Mm.
phenomenal right now. Personally, it's
Yeah.
very good, very high level. Glasner had them playing very good football. As we know, Mateta second half of the season popped off, and I think he's gonna carry that form into the next season because
100%.
he was still playing Olympics football.
Mm.
He's still fresh, he's still got that fitness because he'll be back in like 2 seasons for Palace, realistically.
Mm.
So I think he's gonna still be fresh. He's got that confidence as well. He's got that charisma about him.
He's been doing 1v1.
I
He's
think
been doing
even though they
1v1
have lost Elise,
as well.
yeah, as we know they
Yeah.
lost Elise and Eze has been linked away. But I think, as I said, Mateta is gonna turn up big. I think Mateus França, who they signed from Brazil,
Yeah.
I think he's
Yeah.
gonna have a very big second season. I think this is the season where he's going to let everyone know who he is. He's going to make a name for himself. We have named Adam Morton already multiple times. As we've said in the Euros, that's my guy. That's a baller right there. Unbelievable passer, just able to control a game by himself. And lastly, they signed Ismail Assar from Marseille as well.
Oh
So that's
yeah.
another
Yeah.
good wing option for them. So I think he's going to be key to them if they're going to have a good season and finish in the top half. And as Crystal Palace and Brighton have both been named, a fact about each of them is in 1997, Brighton avoided relegation from the Football League on the final day. If they had been relegated, they would have likely been. The club changed its nickname to the Eagles in 1973 under manager Malcolm Allison, previously being known as the Glaziers.
Not bad.
All right.
All right. There we go. All right, so ninth. Who do you have, man? This
Ninth.
this is where it gets iffy.
This is where it gets techie now.
This is
Ninth
where
I went.
the slander is coming in.
Ninth I went Newcastle.
Yeah, same.
I just do feel Champions League finished them. Although they had a good run, they beat PSG. I give them that. They beat PSG. It was limbs in the home stadium. But yeah, no. The point is they still have money, so they can. They're just not kind of allowed to use it at the moment because they have to sell because of FFP. But you
Yeah.
know, they overachieved with that Champions League spot, and I think ninth is a respectable place for them in this season. Um, Two players, key players. Now, I had one, but I don't know what the story is because City are after getting was it 85 mil for Alvarez. I have Bruno Guimaraes as a key player, but if City go in for him, it's peak. It's peak. Another
Yeah.
player I had, Lewis Miley. He's a player. I think he'd be playing in that Bruno position. Very young player, absolute baller, great vision for the game, tactical awareness. He's a sound player. But if Bruno doesn't leave, it's Guimaraes and Lewis Miley. But if he does leave, it's Lewis Miley as I have my player to watch. People would be saying Isaac, Trippier, Tag. No, I just like these are players that have been at the club.
Fourth,
I
ninth. Who do
I
you
think
have?
yeah,
Oh shit.
but yeah, I have nine Newcastle.
All right, Joycey. Who do you have?
I went for West Ham in ninth position.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get flamed.
Ooh,
Now,
I'm
you know what?
gonna
Yeah.
get flamed.
spicy.
I'm gonna get flamed later.
No, do you
Yeah,
know
because
what?
I
Yeah,
have
West Ham have
I.
been
Wait,
West
man
Ham have
them,
been
man them, man them. Wait, man them. We're getting cooked after this. We're getting cooked.
No, do you know what? Yeah, West Ham have impressed me this window.
They
With
move
who they
them
brought in.
mad.
They
They're
brought in
moving mad.
Lopetegui, Fulkrug, Somerville. Like these are good recruitments, but I just feel like they might just not be they might just not gel as well as people expect them to. That's my problem. We've seen this with so many teams in the past.
Mm,
But
mm.
look, West Ham still have a good team nonetheless. So, they've got your Antonio, they've got Paqueta. Obviously, we don't know what's the story with him. But
Apparently, he's been cleared to play the season.
okay,
Yeah, I did see
okay.
that.
Apparently, he's been cleared to play majority of the season. Apparently, I don't know what. I don't know if that's what a lot of reports have been saying. He's been cleared to play like majority of the season. Then he gets tried, but I actually do not know. But that's what most reports have said on Twitter that he's apparently cleared to play the season. So I'm not sure. Take that with a pinch of salt. I could be wrong, but that's what most reports have said. Obviously, not Fabrizio hasn't tweeted about it, but other sources have said he's been cleared by the Prem and the FA to play. But yeah, I don't know what going with that. But
Yeah, no, if he gets cleared, then that's a big plus for them. But yeah, look, Lopetegui. We know he's very hit and miss as well. As good of a manager he is, he's very hit and miss. You don't know what you're gonna get, so it's gonna be interesting to see. That's why I don't have them higher up as many people do, but I think ninth is not bad for West Ham though.
Yeah, I hear. As for me, I'm the same as Lawrence. I have Newcastle ninth. Newcastle, they haven't really changed much, so they're gonna be pretty well drilled. Eddie Howe, very good coach, as we all know. Um, I think the key players are gonna be Isak, as we all know, phenomenal striker. He has that like Thierry Henry about him. He has that arrogance, that swagger, and I think Lewis Hall is gonna be very big for them this season. I'm a big Lewis Hall fan. If there's one player I wish we didn't sell, it was Lewis Hall. He was tailor made for that left back role. So that's one I'm very disappointed about. I'm disappointed that Newcastle sold Yankumba Minte, who was at PSV last season alone. I'm disappointed they sold him to Brighton, who I wish I remember to mention because he's a very good big talent. Another African sensation, soon to be a household name. Personally, I think it would have been a very good wide option for Newcastle this season, especially with Almiron being there. Like that could be Minte's spot. But yeah, I do have Newcastle ninth. I don't think they've done enough to like boost them up the table, but I don't. But they're gonna be an interesting watch, especially with no Europe this season. Or do they have? No, they don't have Europe this season. So yeah. So
Yeah.
eighth. Who do we have, Lawrence?
Your one and only Chelsea.
Hey!
I
Whoa!
I have Chelsea.
Wow!
I have
Eighth.
Chelsea. Yeah, no,
Wow!
I know. Hear me out. Hear me out. I
You know
think
what? You know
this.
what? You know what? Yeah, you having eight counteracts my delusion that I have later on, so it's fine.
Hear me out.
Wow!
Look, I think this Chelsea thing it's an internal matter. Um, like you have 50 players in a squad, man. Like how do you
Bro,
even
watch
pick?
my video. That's a lie.
Like how do you pick? You need a four triple size double decker bus for your full squad, man. Like how do you? No, deep. No, listen to me. Yeah. How do you? You have 50 players. You have eight goalkeepers now. Deep. Down. How does one club need eight goalkeepers, bro? You're looking at the squad sheet. You're looking at the squad sheet. How do you pick your best 11 from that?
Eight
Answer me that.
goalkeepers. Five keepers are under 18 players. Kepa is being sold. Petrovic is being sold. We
You
only have
just
Jurgensen
okay,
and
okay.
Sanchez.
They're
Shut
being sold, but as of now of this recording, they're still in your club. They're fodder, but they're still in your club. Am I right?
up. Man said fodder. Man
They're
said
fodder. They're fodder.
man
But
said
look,
they're Kaido Pirates.
I just do think it's gonna be another season where Chelsea they don't have their best. They don't know what the best 11 is, bro. I'll be real. You're lucky you have the squad depth. I don't know. I just think it's another season where I'm looking like I don't know how it's gonna work, but if your key players, I mentioned Cole Palmer. I think that's a no brainer.
Say no more. Say no
Uh,
more. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. That's fair from an outside.
I have Malo Gusto. I have now. If this man could stop doing gang signs, act like he's from the hood, actually play football and spend more time playing football, I think he'd be decent. Madueke, he has the talent, bro, but I just feel like he cares more about the glitz and glamour than the actual football. But those are were my main three: Malo Gusto, Cole Palmer, and Madueke. Those are my three Chelsea players to look out for. But yes, I have Chelsea finishing eight.
Complain.
New manager. I just think it's an eternal issue, man. I don't know what Chelsea are trying to do here with all these players. Okay, maybe there's some of the other 18s, but these are players that are registered to the first team as well. And if you go and look at the Premier League app, man, like there's about 11 in midfielders and there's like eight like forwards. So I don't know what the plan is here. But you're the Chelsea fan. I'll let you chat in it, but I have your club at eight, bro. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Uh, Joyce, who do you have eight?
I just know as we're recording this, he's put Arsenal from like second to like sixth.
Yeah, facts. You just know that, bro.
All right, Joyce, come on.
No,
Let us know.
I went for Newcastle in eight, bro.
Okay.
Very similar team to last season. And Newcastle have a very, very good team on paper. They have like two players for almost every position. And Richie, like you mentioned, signing of Hall. very good left back. I like the look of him at Chelsea as well. This flipping what you call it? This flipping Dan Burn experiment at left back. It weren't for me, bro. So now
Same.
having an actual left back playing left back like Lewis Hall, oh man, I'm just expecting more. And then obviously you've got what's his name? You've got Livermento,
Mm.
Livermento and
I
Trippier.
forgot
Trippier
about
is
him.
looking,
Yeah, he's also still very young. I forgot about him.
yeah, yeah, exactly, yeah. So Livermento and Hall on either side.
Yeah, that's carbon for you, man.
Yeah, it looks good. Looks good to me. Isak's meant to be the star man for me. He has to. He's the main man for me this coming season. So everything is going to go through him. So I think Newcastle in eighth place for sure.
Hair.
Fair, fair. For me, eight. I don't know if this is a surprise to you guys or to others, but in eight, I have Aston Villa.
Wow.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
for sure.
okay,
Interesting.
okay. No, 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 no. I fuck with it. I fuck with it. I fuck
See,
with it. And I hear it.
see, the reason
Go
I have
on.
them eight is obviously they're playing Champions League football, and with the
Yeah.
new format for Champions League, it's a lot more
Mm,
games, like four more games or
yes.
something.
Mm,
Am I wrong? Yeah. And then I look at their squad, and they're like, in general, like they sold their main guy in Douglas Louise.
Mm,
Like you get me? That was an integral player. Like I like their squad, but I just feel like the games are gonna be too much for them.
mm,
As for key players, Amadou Nana, brilliant signing. I think they're gonna
mm,
keep to them. They need Ollie Watkins again to turn up. They need him to keep on scoring goals, keep on doing what he's been doing. But he won the assist trophy last season, Playmaker of the Year, I think it's called. But when you look at his assists, it's there like, oh, can he keep up that assist level? Because it was, 1 yard passes to you get me. Like, it's one
mm,
of those where it's like, okay, you don't know if he can keep it up. A player I'm looking forward to watching in that Villa side is Jaden Philogene from Hull City.
mm, mm. I like that was the
That's
guy
a
that scored the Rabona last season, I like.
yeah, man. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
very good about very
That was
skillful. He's a threat.
disgusting, I won't lie.
Hey, I'm telling you, real wingers are back, man. Real wingers are back. So
Yeah,
I just think it'll be too much football for them this season. So I think they're gonna have like a Newcastle issue last season. But
one,
I wouldn't be surprised at all if they did finish higher.
mm, mm.
Yeah. Ernest, you wanted to say something?
No, do you know what? I'll go after because I actually have the team you just said next place. So
Okay, yeah. So literally, I'm done there. So seventh.
yeah, seventh Villa. Yeah, no, same thing with you, Richie. I like Thea. I think Thea football will finish them. I think that they'll come down from that high. I think they will just relatively fall in that bracket of six, seven, eight.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, Richard, you actually took everything what I wanted to say. In terms of key players, player that's gone under the radar, Ross Barkley, got his move from
Mm,
Luton to Aston Villa. So and Ross Barkley, he's no stranger. A lot of people have forgotten about him, but he had a very good season with Luton, and I think he won't be playing that six role. He can play there, but I think he'll be playing that eight, and he does offer a loss, you know, off and on and off the ball for Aston Villa. So I'm very interested to see how he gets on, in a much more prolific team and much more higher quality standard. But yeah, no, Villa seventh, eighth. I can't agree. I can't disagree there. Kind of where I think they will fall this season. Obviously, we mentioned Watkins will need to get firing again. Now Leon Bailey, I don't know if he's still Diaby. No, Diaby. It's Diaby that's gone.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know what
yeah.
I don't know what happened to him. I was very I was very fond of him. I thought when they signed him, I thought that's a really good signing. He's gone to Saudi Arabia now. But yeah, I don't know if Leon Bailey is the better player though. That's my problem. Leon Bailey, he's been injured. He hasn't been able to stay fit. I haven't seen him on the pitch. Going to be very interesting because he can't stay fit. But another player, John Duran and Rogers as well. Those are also two other players I would look out for the Aston Villa side. Yeah, but me, Aston Villa seventh, seventh or eighth, I think they're gonna fall in there. Really,
Isn't Duran linked with West Ham as well? I
yeah,
swear I
heavily.
seen something from Fabrizio. Yeah,
I think they'll keep him though. I won't lie. I think they'll keep him. They either loan
yeah,
him or they keep him. I don't think they'll sell.
yeah. Fair, fair. Joycey.
Yeah, I went Villa as well for seven, bro. To be honest,
Okay,
I actually
okay.
didn't take into consideration that they're playing Champions League football, but now that you've mentioned it, it's even giving me more reason to have them in seventh. Yeah, just the games.
Fair.
I don't think they have enough depth to deal with
Yeah,
the amount of games that they're gonna play this season. The loss of Diaby, big loss. They have a good team still, regardless. They
no,
still
Yeah,
have a
hundred
very
percent,
good team on paper.
100%.
Like, let's not take anything away from them. But yeah, Watkins would need another big season from Watkins
for
if they're to
sure.
be in and around there. Is Watkins a one season wonder? I don't know, but yeah, we'd need a big season from Watkins.
Yeah.
Barkley, I don't know if to be honest, I don't know what the expectation is for Barkley, but no
I don't
disrespect.
think it'll be a game changer. It's just good depth in it. That's
Yeah,
literally it.
but you know what? Maybe Jacob Ramsey
Mm, yeah.
might be the man for them this season. But therefore, I have them in seventh.
Yeah.
Okay. I hear. I hear. As for me, seventh, I have United, United, United,
Ah, bro, nah,
Manchester,
Crazy. That's crazy.
bro. Do you
Manchester
know what? Yeah,
I
United.
hate United,
you
but
know
I didn't
what?
have them
Yeah,
that low.
I'm doing this, bro. Allow him, bro. Nah, bro.
I go on, Richie. Talk your
Nah,
shit.
nah, bro. How can this guy chat shit like this, bro? Is this guy mad? What? Nah, 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 bro.
Mute him.
Nah, take that back, bro. Take that back, bro. No way. Oh man,
See
no
what
way, bro.
happens. See what happens to the United fan, yeah? The hosting duties.
No
Like,
way,
Oh, you
bro.
actually muted him.
Yeah, bro.
he muted me, bro. He muted
No
me,
way,
bro.
bro.
Fuck's sake, man.
United seventh.
Nah. Go on, let me hear
United
you out,
seventh.
bro. Let me hear
Alright,
you.
alright, alright. So United seventh. I'm just there like, okay, midfield is a problem in my opinion. I think it's that
100%.
midfield that's gonna let you down. Because Mainu can't do it on his own. Bruno is an output machine, as you know.
Mm,
He's
mm.
just not that guy in midfield. Lenny Euro got injured, so is there another season or like another 3 months of Maguire and Evans in midfield? So you started Lissandro left back, and he was left back. Luke Shaw injury prone left back. I know you said Mazraoui gonna gain the form that he had at Ajax. I know you said Ligt, but the Ligt hasn't lived up to the expectations and potential that we all
I'm sorry.
knew.
I'm gonna butt you in there. Yeah, Seamus
Yeah.
were delayed. The worst two signings they could have made. Not like I was, I'm not. I'm a be honest. I'm a be honest. Yeah, no disrespect, but we all remember how good the Ligt Ajax was, bro. Like this man, we all thought this man was gonna be the next big thing. Went to Juventus, bit shaky, kind of fell off. Injuries on him. Went to Bayern. He ain't even starting, bro. He can't. He don't start for the Dutch national team. Mazwar now. Okay, to be fair to Mazwari, he can't start for Morocco because Hakimi is there. But
Mm.
like it's more depth. But I'm even hearing that De Ligt is injured himself as well. Like I'm even hearing that De Ligt is like injured his foot as well. So it's actually peak for United at the moment. Like the signings that they're making, like no, the first two signings are like Xerxes, you're like, okay, Now,
Exactly.
I do want to say one thing with your signing, yeah. I don't care what any United fan is, yeah. You did not beat Real Madrid to that signing, bro.
Facts.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Real Madrid just said we know what he's worth and we're not paying what you want. And
Don't
literally
do this,
just said,
bro.
came is like, we will offer that, and yeah, they literally threatened Euro, like, if you don't go to United, you're not gonna play. So like, it was either go to United or you don't play. And then you have United fans acting, oh, we beat Real Madrid to a transfer. It's like, no, you didn't. Real Madrid just said, you want 65, yeah, you're not getting him. Like, we don't, like, we want him, but he's not a priority. So like, I just want to put that out there in case any United fan thinks that they beat Real Madrid to a transfer. You did not beat Real Madrid to a transfer. But I'm gonna let Richie to get back to what he was
Are
saying.
we sure Lawrence didn't put United seventh either?
I actually have him
Yeah,
higher, to
yeah,
be honest.
yeah. He's treading with
I actually,
bro.
nah, nah, I actually have him higher.
Yeah. All right, that.
No,
But
I
for real
actually have
though,
him
like
higher.
for real though, you then Hoyland got injured. I don't know when he's back. I don't know if you have a timeline for when he's back.
He's out for
But
3 months.
yeah, but Hoyland will need a few months, as you say. Then he has to come back from injury and expectation on him to score. Because last season wasn't great in front of goal. I know it was pressure, only real out and out striker. But still, Xerxes and a forward the ball. And I rate Xerxes. But is he gonna bring the goals of a striker? No, because he's more of a false nine. He's more of a creator, a link-up player. So I don't know if goals are gonna come through him. Rashford, this is a very big season for Rashford. And Community Shield today, he was a bit suspect. Like, no, don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of Rashford. I like Rashford. I like what he brings, and I know the talent he has. It's a very big season for Rashford. If he don't turn up, it's a bit like, ooh, who are United relying on for goals? Garnacho. Garnacho only scored 10 goals that season. Don't get me wrong. He's still very young, and I know he has a lot of talent. And put all that pressure on a young Garnacho, you get me? So it's just when United, similar to Chelsea, even though I'm being deluded with Chelsea in this specific video, but similar to Chelsea, it's a bit of ifs, buts, and maybes. You get me? So it's a bit like, ooh, like you just don't know. So I just have them as seventh. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they do come higher. I don't think they'll reach top four personally. I think if they are gonna finish higher, it'll be maximum fifth.
Okay.
So yeah,
Fair
that's all
enough.
that's. So has everyone mentioned Newcastle? Yeah.
Yeah, was mentioned
Yeah.
Newcastle.
All right. So Newcastle, Aston Villa have been mentioned. So a fact about each Aston Villa. Aston Villa won the European Cup, now known as the Champions League, in 1982, beating Bayern Munich 1-0. That's a fact for you. And Newcastle. St. James's Park has been Newcastle's home since 1892 and is one of the oldest football stadiums in the UK. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. Sixth.
I want to change it, but for the sake of the video, I have to stick to my guns. Because Richie kind of opened my eyes a bit, but I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt. I'm going Spurs. I'm going sticking to my original list. I'm gonna stick Spurs sixth.
Okay.
Dominic Solanke, obviously great addition. But you know the story with Spurs. They start off guns blazing, like opening games of the season, and then you
Yeah.
have Spurs fans saying, "Oh my God, could we actually do something this year?" Mid-season, there's a injury crisis and performances drop, and then you're like from like mid-season to late season, you're like, well, same old Tottenham really. But Spurs players to look out for: Dominic Solanke. Like they haven't really done much business. Like Solanke is the big signing, so I think we all kind of be watching to see what he does in a Spurs shirt. I don't know if you noticed a trend yet. There's been a couple of players where they've said they've liked Chelsea. Um, they supported Arsenal. No, sorry, they started in the Chelsea academy. Yeah, my apologies. They've started in the Chelsea academy, supported Arsenal, but ended up at Spurs. I don't know if you've seen. There was a clip. There was a couple of players. Solanke is the most recent one. So they were at the Chelsea Youth Academy. They supported Arsenal, but ended up playing for Spurs. And I don't understand. Like out of like those three teams, how can you end up at the worst of the lot? Like, just he was one at the Chelsea Academy, supported Arsenal, ended up at Spurs. Solanke, what's his name? Brennan Johnson as well. Like there's so many. I have to find the video and set it on, but yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, Spurs sixth. I'm sticking to my list. I have them to finish sixth.
Fair. Joycey.
Yeah, I have Spurs finishing in sixth as well. Exactly for the same reasons that Lawrence has. Solanke is a good addition, but how good of an addition will it be? I don't. Yeah. I think he just takes them from sixth to sixth. To be honest, I really don't. He's a good striker, but I
Oh
don't
my
think.
god! If I was Solanke, I'd be fuming.
Solanke ain't ever come on this pod.
5 mil to take it from 6 to 6. Oh, jeez.
Solanke,
Oh, Solanke, I hope you don't
Solanke,
see
if
this,
you're
man.
listening, bro, 1v1, okay. But nah, seriously though, Spurs have a good team. Madison, Kulusevski. I want to see more from Kulusevski this season.
Yeah, he has
Carlison,
something.
I want to see more as well. But
Yeah.
I just feel like that Postecoglou sauce might just die this season. I just feel personally he might get found out. That's why I have
Sorry,
them in six.
sorry. Postecoglou had sauce to begin with.
Just
Sorry. No, I
a
don't
bit.
remember. I don't remember. Hey, winning 8 games at the bounce and saying you're winning a trophy within 8 games does not count to sauce, bro. I'm sorry, bro. They were saying Madison and fucking Son was the link up of the season. Madison got injured, and
Hey, mate, respect them, mate. Respect the Antoine Stadler, mate. That's mine, mate.
Now, to be fair, he had them playing good football. So
yeah.
and yeah, he had them playing good football, and this was the first time in a long time that I've seen Spurs fans really happy, win, lose or draw. So I think yeah, it's just one of them ones where I just feel like yeah, I just feel like that sauce that he had last season, or okay, maybe not sauce, but just the privilege he had, of getting away with results, with losses and stuff like that. He won't have that same privilege this season.
Fair,
Um,
fair, fair. All right, for me, sixth, I have West Ham.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I don't feel as bad anymore. I don't feel as bad anymore.
I have West
Wow.
Ham. I think,
I don't,
you know what? I don't think they'll take too long to gel together.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
I look at that attack and they're like
It's
Kudus,
cooking, man.
Somerville, Bowen. I feel like those are three players that will interlink straight away. They know what they're capable of. I think they're just,
You think
they'll be on the
Bowen? You
same
think
wavelength.
you think Bowen's going to be part of the attack?
Bro, he's light work, bro.
Ah, ah,
Bro, bro, bro,
mad
bro.
shout,
You
mad
think you
shout.
think Fulkrug is gonna start though? Because if you look at last season,
But
Bowen
that's
was
what they
also
bought
playing.
an hour now nine for. That's what they bought an hour nine for.
Bro,
That's what
wait.
they bought. That's what they.
You know what?
That's
Yeah.
that's that's what they bought an hour nine for. They didn't just send Fulkrug for the sake of. They have. You need to remember they have Antonio. Like Antonio's probably
Yeah,
getting Oscar in the summer. Like they signed him because they wanted a pure nine. Like Bowen in the nine was only a temporary solution to Antonio's lack of fitness and injuries. Like it wasn't a long term
yeah,
solution.
facts.
So
I agree.
you're telling me West Ham are gonna drop a man that bagged 16 goals and 6 assists in 34 games?
I'll be honest, he's a good player, but when you're looking at the likes of Somerville, Fulkrug, I'll be honest, I like. Don't get me wrong, Bowen's a good player, but I will honestly take Kudus over him. Honest to God.
Oh no, but I'm saying Bowen is gonna be a 9/wing player. I'm not saying he's only gonna be
I
behind the
don't
striker. I
like.
think,
I'll be honest with you, Richie. I think Fulkrug starts. I don't think Bowen starts. I don't see
bro,
why. I get what you're saying, but you need to understand why they signed Fulkrug. They wanted an out. Like Bowen was only playing striker because of Antonio's lack of fitness and injuries. It was a temporary solution. Now, fair enough, it worked in games here and here, but it was never a long term solution. And I
I'm
just
coming.
think
I'm coming back to this end of the season. Trust me.
no, bro, I just think with Fulkrug being signed, he had a good Euros. I just don't see why would they, if Bone was intentionally meant to play there, they would have signed a cheaper striker as a rotation. Fulkrug for me, he's not a rotation. He's gonna start. So either Kudus, Somerville, or Bowen, one of them missing out. But for me, I think Kudus has that right wing unlock. I'm sorry, I think he has that right wing unlock. It's up to Bowen and Somerville. Bowen probably will guess in just because he's been there at the club longer. He's been a regular starter. But don't be surprised at the start of the season if you don't see Bowen in that squad. Because for me, I think he gets outshine. Like Somerville, I think he gets outshine by. I honestly think Somerville offers. I think Somerville offers more than Bowen. And like I know Bowen's a long time servant of West Ham. I just think personally, I prefer Somerville over Bowen. But that's just me. Like I said, he
Yeah,
had a
I, I,
great.
I agree, bro. I
I,
prefer I
I think
prefer
he had a great
Somerville.
season. That attacking three is lethal, and We'll see. We'll see, Richie. We'll come back at the end of the season. We'll see, innit?
I'll come back to this one. Jack Bowen has 15 goals, yeah, and 5+ assists for West Ham.
Look,
Trust me.
you have
I'll be
Chelsea in
back
your
to this.
top four. I can't trust you, bro.
Bro,
Yeah,
yeah,
no, Bowen starts for sure.
watch me. Watch all my predictions come true.
Yeah,
Oh, really? All my predictions are gonna come true.
yeah. I think
And
I
then
agree with you, Richie. I fully agree with you, bro. Bowen starts, bro. Bowen
exactly,
starts.
you just
Bowen
can't
starts
drop
for
a
sure.
guy like that.
Nah,
Especially first half of the season. This guy's gonna be key, man. Trust me. He's gonna be
facts.
he,
key.
was, he wasn't gone in the first half of the season. He came mid-season late.
Bro,
He
trust
wasn't.
me. First
He
half,
didn't. Well, we'll see what going. We'll see what going. We'll see what going in it.
But
hey,
we
trust
did
me.
even see it at times last season. Like Kudus was thrown on the left at times to accommodate Owen, you know. So we might see a similarity again this season where
Mm,
Kudus is put on the left and then Bowen on the right hand side and then Fulkrug in the nine. But Bowen definitely starting for
yeah.
sure.
I just see I don't see Bone getting dropped, to be honest.
Okay, we'll see what.
But yeah, as I was saying, key players Lucas Paqueta, if he plays the majority of games as Lawrence was saying, I think it's gonna be very key, especially in that midfield, linking up plays, having that bit of flair. I think Somerville is gonna I think Somerville for first season anyways, he's gonna have like a rotational job, but he's gonna be very good. He's gonna show everyone why West Ham did pay that 30 mil for him. Kudus is gonna go up another level this season.
Yeah.
This definitely his last season at West Ham, personally that I see, and he's gonna go to a bigger club.
Mhm,
He's elite. He's elite talent. That's Ghana star boy right there.
mhm.
Fifth,
Fifth, West Ham. Yeah. I'm going. Yeah, no, mandem. I'm so sorry. Yeah, like I was trembling when I meant like, bro, I can't. But no, I have to stick to my guts. West Ham. My boy used to work with. He's a big West Ham fan. Mandem, like every signing they've made has made sense. To Debo, they hijacked last minute.
yeah,
Wan-Bissaka getting now. I think that's very stupid. Like people are saying Dallo over Wan-Bissaka. Yeah, yeah, that can run. Don't get me wrong. Going forward, he's not the best, but you put that man, any winger that man has faced, he's clapped 1v1. He's clamped him, and I just don't know if Man United are okay losing the right back because like that because he's pivotal and he's going to do wonders for West Ham. But yeah, Wan-Bissaka, it's not done, but it's nearly confirmed. Man United have signed Maswari Delict, so it's nearly done. So I presume once that happens, Wan-Bissaka goes over. Todibo, they've signed Somerville, Fulkrug. Like, I say I'm not a midfielder, and like, like the West Ham manager, I think now, just was saying, it's very ifs and buts, maybes if they all gel together. But if this team links quick, if the chemistry's there, they could be a powerhouse, lads. Like they could be that Newcastle team that we weren't expecting to get Europe. But yeah, no, West Ham fifth. West Ham fifth. I think if the manager can get them ticking, it's long. It's long. It's long.
I just want to say before we go on that I hope my predictions come true and that I've cooked like Steph Curry has during this Olympic gold medal game. That guy is a chef. World champions of what?
The United States? Facts, bro.
Because
All I'm
I don't
saying,
know,
no lads better than the activities IG. I can't lie, it's looking long.
bro. Because I don't know if you man just. I don't know if you man seen what Steph Curry hit as a dagger, but boy, that's my
he
dog.
he been cooking, bro. He been
For
cooking this
real, that's the
Olympics.
chef right there. All right, back to this. Joyce, who do you have fifth?
I went for Chelsea. Chelsea.
I'm
Chelsea.
not mad at that. I'm not mad at
Chelsea.
that.
I went
I'm
for
not mad at
Chelsea. Do you know what? Last season was surely last season was as bad as they could have done. And this season, new signings. They got new signings: Wesley Fofana, Romeo Lavia, and Christoph Nkunku.
that. See, new
Big
signings. He
signings.
gets slick.
So yeah, I feel like yeah, Moises Caicedo, we didn't see the best of him. Last season was probably as worst as we could have seen of him.
Hmm.
A lot of the players that had bad season, Mudrik, we're probably going to see a better version of Mudrik. Jackson, we'll see a better version of Jackson. Whether Osimhen joins or not, we'll have to wait and see. But I feel like Chelsea have something to prove this season for sure.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that for sure. For sure. As for me, fifth, I went with Spurs because first of all they signed Archie Gray. I rate Archie Gray highly. That's a midfielder. Their midfield depth: Archie Gray, Ismaila Sarr. They have Skip obviously. They got Bergval from
Actually, yeah, I
Brondby. I'm
forgot
pretty
he
sure.
went there. Yeah.
Yeah, I their midfield depth is elite. I worry about their attack. James Madison's gonna have to have a very big season.
Mm,
Yeah, he's gonna have to have a very big season. I think they're gonna do well in the first half season, which is gonna like carry them to fifth. You get me? Like similar to last season, where the
mm,
first half was the reason they pretty much came fifth or sixth even. You get me? So Spurs fifth. Solanke, big season for him, 65 million. Can he turn up like he did for Bournemouth? Like I look at Solanke, he's my favorite mold of striker. He has everything I want in a striker. He's fast. He can hold up
mm.
the ball. He can link up play. Last season he could finish. Can he repeat it again? If he can, I'll be pleased from a Spurs perspective. I'll be pleased for them because as a striker, that is the type of striker you want, and it moves Heung-min Son away from the centre forward role and back to his preferred wing spot. This season is big for Brennan Johnson and Dejan Kulusevski because they were both very poor. I'm giving Johnson benefit of doubt because obviously
More
very young.
more leeway, 100% because he's a young talent. We give him more leeway.
Pressure, but now
Kulevski's been there for a while now. Kulevski's
mm,
kind of had multiple opportunities now to show what he's
exactly.
worth. Hasn't done that now. So yeah, no, 100% agree with you there.
Yeah. So Brendan Johnson, hopefully he has a decent season for Spurs. Defensively, Romero and Van de Ven, decent partnership. Can Romero stay disciplined? That's the big question we all always have. Udagi on the left hand side, very good left back. Who do they have right back again? Pedro Paro, decent right back. Defensively, could do work, but attacking wise, he's decent. Vicario, very good goalkeeper. I rate highly. And then the system to play under Ange, high line, like fast football, being direct. I think it suits the Spurs, especially if they do have Archie Gray and Bergval, because these guys like turning in the ball in midfield. They like playing direct passes between the lines. So I think Spurs, if they gel well, are going to have a very good season and are a team that I would recommend people to watch on a weekly basis because their game is going to be very fun to watch. So I have Spurs fifth. Any objections?
Do you think Timo Werner makes an impact for them?
You know what? Yeah,
Is that loan? Is that loan or permanent? Is he not loan? No.
it's a permanent deal now. No,
Oh, it's permanent. Oh, he's actually. I thought it was loan.
I think they turned it into a permanent deal. Timo Werner, I think off the bench could do a job because last season obviously it's Timo Werner, like he's
Mm.
very inconsistent front to goal, but I think he still provides a bit of danger. You get me? I think he'll still give them something off the bench. Will it be consistent? I don't know, but he still have a bit here and there. I do think Spurs do need one more attacker.
Hmm.
I do think, as you know, we all know.
I will get back up for Son. I think next season they need to offload Son.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. A player on these day like very good consistent numbers. I just feel like see with a lot with the big clubs. I think what kills them is loyalty to the big players. I just don't feel like I feel like they moved them on too late. Like we saw Son try to transition to a striker. It was working until teams found out how to play against the system, and that's when Ange kind of lost his whole plan. There was no backup plan once they found out how to play
yeah,
against Ange's system. I just feel like another winger for Son
yeah,
because like he's in his 30s now, and he can't play every game. So it'd be nice to have someone that can rotate with him in less important games. Give him
yeah,
chance to rest, be fully fits for those bigger games. Because really, there isn't really like you can say Brennan Johnson, Kudelski,
yeah.
they're not really ideal. They're not the same quality. They don't offer the same what Sun offers. But yeah, no, that's my take really on it. Really,
We all know they were linked to Pedro Neto and they are linked
Mhm.
to Eze. So if
Mm.
they so Neto off the table, if they can get Eze, If they do,
I don't think because we're heavily linked to them as well.
if
As we
Spurs
know.
do, I don't think you'll get Eze, because they're getting
I
Mourinho.
know it's not likely, but I don't think he go to Spurs either. I think he'd stay at Palace.
You think?
The likelihood of Eze going to Spurs is very unlikely. He wouldn't.
Mm.
Because I
But
think
I mean,
don't get me wrong, Spurs are the bigger team, but Palace are in a much better position than
you,
Spurs
you
at the
think?
moment. I just
You think?
like we said no like hear me out. Hear me out. Yeah, with Spurs, it's the same thing. You're gonna finish in the same thing. You're gonna have a couple of decent games and you think you're on for something, and then injuries pile up. And like with Spurs, it's a cycle. It's a cycle. With Palace, they're under a new manager. They've just lost one of the big players. Eze is a star man in that team now. He has the freedom. He's gonna be the man where all their players and be like, you have to make it happen. In Spurs, who do you like? There's multiple. Well, I wouldn't say there's more. You have Dominic Solanke. He's gonna be a main man. You have Son Heung-min. Since Kane has left, he's been the main man. Like I just think
Mm,
Eze has a chance to make the club his own. Like that's the position he's in. I don't see why you would go to a club where you're not going to be the main man and have the freedom to express yourself. Whereas Palace,
yeah.
I feel like he has the freedom to express himself. Because I don't want to see Eze go. Well, don't get me wrong, I'm an Arsenal fan, but I don't want to see Eze go to Spurs and be like, having to pass 3 seconds the ball. That's not the Eze we were watching. No, the Eze we know was driving at players, playmaking. Like I don't feel like he's going to be able to do that at Spurs, especially with the culture, the caliber that's there at the moment. Yes, better players, but that doesn't necessarily mean better results. If you know what I mean. I just feel
See,
like
I'm gonna counteract you on
yeah,
there. Yeah, so you say I'm better position and all this and being star man, but when you look at Spurs, Spurs is a project in itself. Very young players. Obviously, Son is the face of the club right now, but
oh,
Eze, if you look at Eze and Spurs very young. Eze could be a leader there. No matter what you think of being the main man at Crystal Palace or being a player at Spurs, Spurs will always have the limelight on them. Spurs are in Europe. If you're a young player and you go Spurs, you have European football, greater reach, greater even off the pitch, greater brand, global reach off the pitch, obviously, and I think Eze could definitely overtake Madison in that position. I don't. Madison's just an iffy one for me personally as a player.
he's just inconsistent. When he
Yeah,
plays
so,
and he's fit, he's good. But
exactly,
when he stinks. That's the problem with
exactly.
Madison.
So
That's the
I
problem.
look at it. I'm there like Spurs' project is very nice. It's very intriguing.
Mm,
I'm personally on the um Eze to Spurs, but if I was Eze, obviously. So I
mm.
don't know if I would say Chris Palace is a better project or a better
I'll,
spot, but I
I'll
get what you're
say,
saying.
yeah, 100%. I'll say one more thing though. I'll say one more thing. Look at the history of managers. Like, the managers have called out the players. They don't play to win. They don't.
Mhm.
Even the thing with the last season. Okay, I was kind of praying and hoping, but you had Spurs fans saying they were gonna lose on purpose so we wouldn't win. Like, no. But this is all coming back to my point. What do you know? What like if Man United were playing, let's say Liverpool, and we needed them to lose for them us to win the trophy. If they win, I want them to win. I wouldn't want to like if they won, I wouldn't be too mad about it. You should never have to put yourself in football. You should never have to put yourself in a place where you have to depend on your rivals to get a result to help you win something. And
I
that,
hear
and
it.
that kind of shows the mindset at Spurs. I don't if you were asking me to be honest, I don't consider them at the part of the big six. I just think they're there because they're just there. They're a big club. But if you ask me on an honest scale, I would take Villa, I would take Newcastle, I would slap Spurs out and throw them one of them in. I just think it comes to the man. Like Conte did this, he said it as well. Plus, the call literally pre-match interviews, like I was asking his opinion. What do you think about Spurs fans about saying they want you to lose? Plus, Colin was like, "No, I want us to win. Why would we want to lose?" Okay, fair enough. They won the game, but that just shows the culture and mentality at Spurs. Like their biggest achievement is being compared to us. Like that's literally it. They have nothing else. They have nothing else. No, no, no. Realistically, what can Spurs come and say to Arsenal? Really, in recent times, what can okay? You can say they finished like higher in the last few seasons, but other than that, where they like you're saying project, bro, where they're projecting with this project, bro? Because all I'm seeing, they're selling young talent, but like Joyce said, they cite Solanke to finish sixth again. Like, at least with our signings, at least with that, we've made progress. We've gone from eighth to eighth to fifth to second with Arteta. Spurs have stayed the same. But that's a topic for another day. I don't want to dwell too much, but like I agree with what you're saying, but I just don't know. Spurs is just kind of, it's always a sticky one. You don't know if it's gonna bang or not. You know,
I hear,
but
I
that's
hear, I
just
hear.
really with it.
Uh, so, so a fact about Spurs, since you all mentioned them, Spurs was the first British club to win a European trophy, the Cup Winners' Cup in 1963. Yeah. I
Oh,
fourth.
Uh,
Lawrence, go.
Um, you know, big one. I went with the Glory United. I do feel as much as I slate this team, as much as I bantered them, I feel like with new ownership manager, I feel like this is Ten Hag's make or break season. Because just regarding like how people didn't think he was the right man for the job. He's under new ownership now. The signings, don't get me wrong, they're not the best. There's a few injuries, but Ten Hag has to stick to his words. He has to swallow the pill. He said what he had to say. He has to make it work this season. I do think they'll finish fourth. I don't see them outside the top four. I really don't. Compared to the other teams we talk, I don't see them outside the top four. I don't think they're as bad. They can be at times, but I don't think they're as bad as the rest of the teams we've named below them. But one man they need to focus their gameplay on is Ahmad Diallo, man. That I do, bro. Lord knows how Anthony was starting over this man. Lord, only God can answer the how was Anthony starting over. Either Anthony had like Ten Hag's family for ransom or something like that. That's the only reason he was starting because, bro, I watched this guy preseason. I was like, bro, I almost forgot they signed the guy. Like, where the fuck has this guy been? Like, it almost feels like a new signing. To be honest, I know he's been there, but he hasn't been. It almost feels like a new signing. But yeah, no, that's the one man they need to focus on because like he's the only man. He's the only man that wants to look like he wants to beat his man. Everyone else is just like, "Oh, well, I have to buy. I don't like. He's the only person that wants to make something happen. And if Bruno and him can link up, like Richie said, he's an output machine. I think United should be fine. The addition of Xerxes. Now, personally, I won't lie, I'm not a big fan of him. Um, I don't like he's like as Richard said, he's kind of a false nine like playmaker. I think United need an out and gun in 9-9. They need someone who's just gonna be firing goals. I think they have the playmaker in Bruno. Have the playmaker in Bruno. If Kobe Mainoo wants to, he can also play make. I know he's more defensively, but he can play make as well. Amad Diallo, he can play make as well. I just do think they need a proper out nine. They just need someone to say, into me, I'll put it in the back of the net. But United, people are slating them. I slate them myself a lot. My cousin's a United fan. I think they'll finish fourth. I don't think they'll finish top five outside the top four. If they do, not surprised. But Ten Hag, you might have to look at it. Is Ten Hag really the right man? Now, right man for the job. I know he's won two FA Cups, but realistically, he's still a loss in order to keep his job. He's had his run with Sancho. He's apologized. Um, well, I really do think it's make or break for Ten Hag. I think he has to stand on business this season and prove to the board that he's the right man for the job. But yeah, look, glory United fourth. Leave it there.
Fair.
bro, you couldn't have said it any better, bro. I'm on the same boat as you. I've us in fourth as well. Last season we were as awful as we could have ever been. Whether that's through injuries, whatever the reason might be, we won't go into that. But this season, you know, I know we haven't looked as great in preseason, but just like you said, Ineos, their recruitment we've brought in Lenny Yoro, Zergzi, now potentially Mazraoui and Delete. It's looking promising. It's really, really looking promising. And then we potentially might bring in Fofana, but nothing is concrete yet. But there is a potential for that.
Mm.
So we're looking really promising. if we can stay injury free, I think we have that fourth sport on lock. To be honest with you, I know we're playing in the Europa League, but and that could play its part for sure. But I feel like if we stay injury free, you know, Jaden Sancho feels like a new signing. He's back. Malasia might be back as well, so he feels like a new signing as well. We haven't seen
Mm,
much of Malasia. You know, Mazraoui can play left back, right back. So if Luke Shaw goes injured, we're fine. If Wan Bissaka leaves, we have backup on the right hand side. Um, so we're looking very promising. Xerxes, like you said, he's a false nine. So yeah, he's obviously gonna be. I think he's gonna be back up to Hoyland because I can tell
yeah.
that the manager likes Hoyland a lot. But this is a big season for Hoyland as well. Very
Back
very
up
big.
to point.
That's what I feel. I personally I wanted to start, but I feel like Hoyland is number one in the managers league. So yeah,
Okay.
and then like you said,
Right.
Amadiel as well. We need to see. I need to see more of him. Like jokes aside, like the potential has been there. The talent has always been there, but he's just never got a chance for whatever reason. Maybe he
I
was going out
don't.
with Ten Hag's daughter. I don't know, but like
Yeah.
like the
If
potential
I'm
is
Ten
always.
Hag, I'm sorry. No, if I'm Ten Hag, I'm sorry. Anthony just should maybe just ask for a loan request. Like because if I see him on the pitch, unless Amadiello picks an in, there's no reason for Anthony to be touching pitch. I'm sorry, yeah. Like I never want to slate a player this bad, but Anthony, bro, like like you're looking, you probably look at Anthony like raw. Maybe some other wingers that played in the Premier League weren't that bad. They were tolerable, but they weren't that bad. But like as you said, Joyce, Amad Diallo, he has to start. I think it's nailed. That right wing spot, unless he gets injured, it's his. No one touches this. Now, obviously, Sancho, Rashford, Garnacho, they're the three that would have to fight for that left wing spot because as far as I'm concerned, that right wing spot is Diallo. It's on the team sheets. It's there. But that's really it for me. Like really, I just don't see how he doesn't start anymore. It's a myth if he doesn't start. Really.
Yeah, but you know, I like that's what I like about our forward line because Rashford, Sancho, Garnacho can all interchange either on the left or right hand side. So
Mm.
we've got depth on either side. Obviously, in the number 10, it's Bruno and Bruno only.
100%. It's Bruno, yeah.
Mason Mount, I don't know, man.
I was literally about to ask you.
I mean, I, I
You know,
really don't know.
it's poor money spent, man. It's
Yeah,
it's poor, and the fact he's in number 7 shirt as well. Like
I don't know how we got that money for him, man.
eh, yeah.
yeah, and he's not looked great in preseason so far. But
No, I heard he's been very mediocre as well. Yeah.
but you know what? Clean slate for everyone. I'm going in
No, do you
clean
know what?
slate
Yeah,
for everyone. So I'm not gonna criticize anyone too hard. So
Fair,
clean slate
fair.
for everyone.
I say though,
I
after this season, they probably do a proper clear out though. If players can't perform up to snuff,
yeah, for
they're
sure.
probably you're probably gonna see players you bought just go. I think Ineos will. I think I was just saying. I think Ineos will allow a clean slate. I think after the season, whoever doesn't perform is just gone. Really, they're more than
Oh,
happy to
oh, oh,
invest
oh,
in money.
definitely. That's why we got Dan Ashworth from Newcastle,
Yeah.
and then we got Berardi from Man City. So and also the appointment of Van Nistelrooy, like you were
Mm.
saying, Lawrence. If this is Ten Hag's make or break season, if Ten Hag does any factories, bro,
Mm.
I think Van Nistelrooy is next in line. So
You think so to manage?
yeah, I really do think
Okay.
so. Yeah,
Okay.
so
Okay.
he better watch his back, anyways.
Don't want no backstabbing. Don't want no backstabbing. Don't want no, don't want no Somali Paris. Like, Van
Yeah.
Nistelrooy next season. Look at me. I'm the captain now. Aye. Man, then for my fourth spot, the delusion is finally ending.
Oh
I got
jeez. Bro lagged as well.
Oh my God.
I got Liverpool fourth.
Bro lagged as well.
No way.
Nah, we gotta keep that.
The delusion never ends.
Man said Chelsea
The
No
be fourth.
delusion.
way, bro.
If
bro.
Chelsea get fourth, I dye my hair. If Chelsea get fourth, I dye my locks blue.
Bro, I'm telling you, Chelsea top three. You get me? All right, so Liverpool fourth,
Sorry,
Chelsea
Joyce,
top
kick
three.
him out. Joyce, kick him out right now. Joyce,
Yeah,
kick him
yeah,
out.
yeah, one
Joyce, you
second.
hear what this man said? Top three. Nah, Joyce, kick him out. Kick him out. In fact, ban him. Oh shit. Nah, that's what you get, fam. That's what you get, fam.
All right, so I'll get on to Chelsea, like when we get to top three. But right now, I'm on fourth place, Liverpool, and that. All right, so why do I have Liverpool fourth?
Liverpool
I won't even lie, it's just mainly because of depth. It's mainly because of depth. I'll be real with you.
four.
Because I look at them and I'm like,
Man, I
I
don't
let,
know.
let,
Like
let, let
Liverpool
me.
four is brazy. Liverpool four is brazy, bro.
Moms.
Liverpool four is brazy. He's
I'm
lagging out. Even
explaining it.
even the computer can't even
All right,
comprehend
so
what he's saying.
Yeah. The coach is like copycat, bro. Allow it, bro.
hey,
Nah, bro.
Richie, I think
hey,
it's
if you
faster
man aren't
content, bro.
deluded
I
about
think
your own
you
teams, you're not doing this football thing.
Nah,
If you man
bro.
aren't deluded about your own football team, you're not doing this football fan thing right. I'm telling you,
bro, but see,
you
we're being
gotta be
realistic.
deluded.
Looked at our positions. We know we're
I'm
ahead
being
of them.
deluded and realistic. I'm being deluded and realistic. Trust
Wait,
me.
Joyce, where did you have Chelsea again?
I had Chelsea in fifth, bro.
Fifth.
Yeah,
I had
I
them
understood
eighth.
that one.
You have them in the
See,
top
I understood.
three.
See, I understood them in the. I understood Joyce in the fifth place spot. You, my friend, eighth
Bro,
spot.
bro, eight. You're coming within fifth or eight. You're not touching top four. You see, this is
Bro,
your way of coping. This is your way of coping, bro. You're
bro. If
coping
we
better.
don't come top four, no. I'm saying this right now, live on cam. Yeah. If we don't get top four, I'll get a tattoo of your choice.
Raw.
Yo,
Whoa.
hey Richie.
Repeat
Rich,
what you said again, bro. Repeat it. Repeat it for the people, bro. You gotta repeat that, bro.
Since I am. All right. Okay. If Chelsea don't reach top four, I get a tattoo of Lawrence's choice,
yo,
Wow.
that's crazy.
That's a
and
record,
that's
there,
on
bro.
camera. That's on YouTube. That's on
That's
Spotify.
crazy.
That's a record,
That's
bro.
Hey,
That's a
crazy.
I'm
record,
telling you,
bro.
top four. All right.
That's a
So
record, bro.
see, I haven't even talked about Liverpool yet. I haven't even talked about Liverpool yet.
Man, them the viewers. I don't know if they'll make it this far, but they got
Wow.
to.
Hey, don't worry. Don't worry. I post on the Twitter. Watch till the end to hear what Richie says about.
Yeah. Facts, bro.
Nah, but all right. So let me go on to Liverpool, and then I'll let you in on my delusion for Chelsea. Yeah,
Mm,
but Liverpool top four. I rate Ernest Slot highly. I watched a lot of Feyenoord because he was the manager I wanted for Chelsea.
mm.
After Mr. Pochettino. So it was like, okay, look at the managerial options. And Feyenoord, I watched a few games. I was intrigued. I liked them. I liked the way they played. They're very direct. They're very quick and la da 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 da. But it's really the midfield and attacking depth. As we're recording this is 10th of August, so still lots of time for Liverpool to
Yeah, Richie, your computer can't take the BS no more, bro. Nah, bro.
and if they get Zubimendi over the line,
Oh my god!
these man just don't. These man just can't believe I said.
What?
Oh yeah. I can't like your Mac was your laptop just violating you, bro. Like it's just, it's just.
Wow, my
Oh.
Wi-Fi doing me like that. My Wi-Fi doing me like that.
Wi-Fi
Anyways,
too as well. So your MacBook and your Wi-Fi don't agree with what you just said. So yeah.
Moms, bro.
I basically all I have to say is Liverpool fourth, Chelsea third.
All right.
That's
All
all I
right.
have to say.
Joyce, Judging by your reaction, just I probably know probably have the same two teams to come third, same team to come third. We both have Liverpool to come third, don't we?
Yeah, do you know what? I actually have Arsenal's come third, bro.
Yo, huh? Yeah, Joyce, safe, safe. Man has Liverpool to come second.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
safe. Richie, I forgive you. Maybe you're not that to lose.
Hey, bro, Rich is bad, bro. Don't let him off the hook, bro. Don't let him off the hook. Don't even. You're not even, bro. You're not even. You're not even, bro. Nah, bro. Allow it,
Hey,
bro.
Oh my
hey,
god, dude.
hey, Pitch Perfect Podcast. This is the elite waffle I'm seeing right now. This is what the people have signed up for. This is what the people
Oh,
listening
I
for.
Joyce, talk your shit. Please tell me why Miguel's fucking Arteta is finishing third. Enlighten me.
bro. Do you know what? I think your downfall this season is just that you've not been active in the market. That's literally
Okay.
the only reason I
That's
have.
you know what I can agree with you on that. I would like to be, 100% no. I was expecting. Do you know what? It's been more departures than signings. I won't lie. That's the problem. It's been more departure. Like the money we like now. In fairness, that huge rumor. And is supposed to be going to Marseille for 30 mil. I think they're waiting for that money to come in. They've gotten the 27 mil off ESR, but I think they're waiting for Marseille to take the 30 mil. Like give us 30 mil for Nketiah, they take him. I think once that 30 mil comes in, because Michael Marino we're getting for 16 mil, so that's not too bad. That's ESR money. But I think they're lining something big. I don't know what it is. Um, I really hope it's not Oshiman. I rate the guy, but as we're saying, like he's just a more slimmer Lukaku, in it, bro. Like, it's just like the boys were saying in the group chat, it's just a more slimmer Lukaku. The striker I want, give me Victor Gyökeres. I don't even lie, bro.
Bro, I love
Like
that guy. I
Victor,
rate that guy
that,
highly.
that's my guy, bro. That's my guy, bro. I like he needs to come over. Like his championship record was ridiculous, bro. But yeah, no. Like no, if they get Oshiman, I won't be too mad. I won't judge him. Let's see what he can do. But like Yakarez is just a straight menace to society. I want that. I need that bad boy arrogance in my club. That's the thing. We just need that killer instinct up top. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a huge fan of Havertz playing up top there, but he's not a long term solution. I think if Yakarez gets injured, or he just needs to get back his fitness, we can stick Havertz up there, but it's not a long term solution. But it's a striker problem. Like I genuinely do think if we sign the striker is wrapped and Martinelli can run back his 2021, 22 form, wrapped. If we can get if Reece Nelson, if Arteta trusts Reece Nelson, to rotate with Saka, give Saka some minutes off, it's wraps because like we already have the best defense in the league. The midfield it's rock solid. Like it's up there. We're competing with the best. It's just that striker, man. It's the final piece of the puzzle. Many people could say, yeah, you still need another left wing, you need a right wing replace for Saka. It's there. It's just Arteta's reluctance to trust the second choice players in these big games. And I get that. But that's what will kill you in the end. Your lack of trust to trust the other players, because there are certain games I think we could have rested, if the players were hungry enough, they would have gotten the result. But no, Joyce, 100% agree with you. I just active, yeah. No, transfer window has not been active. No, 100%. 100%. Like the only two transfers we've done permanently is complete Diarra's permanent deal from Brentford and Calafiori from Bologna. But yeah, no, I hear it, Joyce. I hear it. I still think third is a violation, though. I still think third is a violation, though. 100%.
No, I'm not trying to violate you. Like, I don't.
No,
I
I
don't
know,
think.
I know, I know, I know. I just, I thought you'd be better than that. To be honest, I just thought.
Do you know why, Lawrence? I think you're gonna finish third. It's gonna be one of them ones where like you might be second for most part of the season, and then just one mad result, bro. Then it just
Okay,
goes
I
like
hear
that,
it.
bro. It's,
I
it's
hear
gonna
it.
be that type
No,
of
no,
one.
I respect it. I respect it. I respect it. Okay. Does that leave me then for third? Because I went Liverpool.
I talk to me about Liverpool.
No, do you know what? And now to be honest, when I first made these predictions, I actually had um when I first did it, the original like my rough draft, I actually had Liverpool to finish outside the top four, and I put Spurs fourth and Man United third. But when I
Wow.
kind of more deeply thought about, yeah, and that was the rough draft. Hear me out. But hey, you have Chelsea in the top four. You are banned for this for speak for the rest of this podcast, okay? You are banned. You cannot talk to anyone, bro, for the rest of this podcast. You are banned, okay? Okay, hear me out. That was a rough draft. That's what I had in mind. But when I did my final draft, obviously we got through that change. But with Liverpool, I think people are forgetting, yeah, bro, like that team, they just don't know when to give up, bro. Like, and I know they got a bit shaky towards the end of Klopp's farewell. They said the quadruple was on, even though it was never on. But Liverpool fans delusional. They always will be. Um, they claim they have the best possession. They claim they have the best world class players in every positions. But we'll let them have that because they are Liverpool Football Club. But Liverpool, I just feel like they're just fighters. They'll fight to the last breath, and I feel like that just gives them the edge. And their fans. I don't think the fans back them to the final whistle, and that's a big boost. That's a big mentality boost. Especially at home away games, they back them to the end. I just think Arnie Slot. I haven't seen much of him. Um, but I don't see any sign of Liverpool like really slipping outside the top four. I'd be real with you. Like it'd be ridiculous to see, but I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it slipping out the top four. But yeah, that's why I have Liverpool tell. I just don't see a drop off after Klopp. I really don't. They've sold some play. They've sold. They haven't. I don't know if they've bought. If anyone can tell me if they bought, you can say it now. But I can't recall off the top of my head if they've actually bought anyone new. So it's the same team. So the man's just trying to cook in it. But yeah, Liverpool third. Key players. Look, we all slated this man last year, but I think on the slot he can get firing again. I went for Darwin Nunes. I think I generally do think I know he was getting slated. This man had a ridiculous Copa. I don't think much people. This man was. I swear to God, he found his Benfica form again, but he was absolutely ridiculous in the Euros. But if Slot can unlock that man and he can find his Benfica form again, yeah, raps. But yeah, Darwin Nunes, key player. I know people are gonna be like, oh, well, you're just yapping, but I think new manager, new beginning. Forget about what happened last season. Go for it now. Go for it. You have nothing to lose. But yeah, Liverpool third. Yeah, that's me.
Fair, fair. I'm not gonna speak much. You might already know Chelsea third. Um, you might don't want to believe my delusion. That's fine, but trust me, Chelsea third. We'll come back to this end of the season, and I will be the one laughing. I will be the one laughing in your face once you see Cole Palmer hold that PFA Player of the Year trophy. Yeah, after you see a top three finish. Yeah, you man can never chat to me again. You man can never.
I appreciate what you're trying to do. You're trying to grow the podcast. It's not delusional. It's just promotion, isn't it? Like I appreciate what you're trying to do,
And
man.
you know what will
Honestly.
go to the podcast even more. Yeah, you know what will go even more when this prediction comes right. Once this prediction comes, yeah, to nice. That's to Schoolface John. Chat to me nice. Talk to me nicely. You get me? But
I
as key players for Chelsea this season, Cole Palmer, as we expect. Christopher Nkunku, big season for him. Hopefully he has an injury-free season.
hmm.
Yeah, I expect him to score lots of goals, be involved in the attack a lot. Malo Gusto gonna have a big season because Reece James, still has to be
Bro,
eased in
hey,
from
bro,
his injuries.
actually, you hear he got injured again.
No. See. I read this, but it's mainly just literally post surgery. You
Bro,
literally,
it's
it's just the
sad.
recovery
I
from
believe he's
surgery.
out. He's confirmed to be out. I know he's missing the first 3 games, but he's out for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, no. It's literally because when you get surgery and you do activity, you have
Hmm.
to rest from the activity, or you get like pains. That's literally what it
A
was.
lot, a
It's
lot
just
of,
that
a lot. Yeah, no,
it's just
it's fine.
athletic
It's sad.
using Chelsea's name again.
If he is injured, it's sad to see, bro. Because I genuinely feel if he's
True.
injured again, he's actually finished. There's nothing he can do. He's just no matter how many times he goes to rehab, tries to come
Mm,
back, he's never going to be fit enough to play, which is sad because on his day, that Trent and Reece James debate, that's one all football fans love. Who's the better right back?
mm.
But you
Yeah.
know, I won't lie, James is losing heavy credibility just because he
Yeah,
can't.
he was
He's not.
getting cooked by Vinny the other day, bro. I was like, what? I couldn't believe my eyes, bro.
Julius,
Don't
but
worry. Just a
he
few
made that
games under
tackle,
his
bro.
belt.
He made that tackle. He was getting cooked, but I won't lie. He made that tackle that stopped. I won't lie. He made that tackle. He stopped. He stopped the goal in the end, but he was getting twisted out like a hairdryer. But like, no. He stopped the goal. He stopped the goal. That's all that matters. But we won't. We
Satu
won't. We
just a
won't.
few games under his belt, and hopefully, we have a good, nice, injury-free season.
He's
But
missing the
yeah,
first.
he was already missing that. Allow that.
Yeah,
Aye.
he
Chelsea
might be
and
injured. He's
United.
coping, bro. He's coping.
Facts,
He's
bro.
coping, man.
Chelsea top three. Talk to me nice. Aye. Now
Aye.
that Chelsea and United have been mentioned, I'll give you a fact about each. Chelsea, only team from London to win the Champions League. Champions of Europe, you'll never sing that.
Yeah, very funny.
And as for Manchester United, Sir Alex Ferguson, under Sir Alex Ferguson, Manchester United won 13 Premier League titles, 2 Champions Leagues, and numerous other trophies. So yeah, most successful club in England.
Just to let you know, side fact, most of them reps were paid off as well. Just let you know that.
Another
yeah.
side, another side, another side. Ford Webbs, suck your mother.
Disclaimer.
All right, top 2, Joycey.
Uh,
We know you have Liverpool, and then Lawrence. Who do you have? Actually, no. With Lawrence, we leave you last. Lawrence, we leave you last.
yeah,
actually. We leave you last because obviously this because we bought the same top 2. Joyce, you mentioned.
Oh,
you
okay.
have-
Shit. All right.
Yeah,
Joyce,
Joyce
you go.
mentioned your
You
personal
don't have
first.
Liverpool.
Who's second?
There's no way you have Liverpool first.
No, I don't have Liverpool first.
I was about to crash out if you had Liverpool first. I'm like, what are you doing?
Aye, why do you have
Imagine.
Liverpool so high?
Imagine. Do you know what? Yeah, if they manage to land Zubimendi, yeah, I think that just changes the whole dynamic. But yeah, I think the slot machine he's looked good this preseason. That's all. Like they've looked really, really, really good this preseason. They beat Arsenal well. They beat us really well. Like they've been looking very good, and it's still the same team as the one from last season. Like you said, Lawrence. Darwin Nunes had a very good tournament. Cody Gakpo had a very good tournament himself.
Yeah.
So if he brings at least half of the performances he had in the tournament in the Euros,
That's his
different player.
problem. He just can't transfer his international performances to club performance. That's just the problem. He can't
Yeah.
perform like he does in international competition, like he does for club. If he did, Luis Diaz wouldn't get a sniff. That's the crazy thing. And Luis Diaz is a great footballer. Like if Cody Gakpo could do what he does for the Netherlands for Liverpool, Luis Diaz would just be like, I can't look in like this
Yeah,
man.
but
Is
I
actually
think it's a bit of Klopp's fault though, no? Because he's been playing himself.
Yeah, he was trying. Yeah, he's been trying to get him to the striker thing. Yeah, and I hear that.
Gakpo's footballing abilities suit that of a left winger. Just give him time, let him fully develop as a left wing, and he'll cause a madness. That's what I believe.
100%.
He's gonna, but I do hope he has a good season this season. I've rated that guy for a few years now. Hopefully, this is proper like breakthrough season, and then Lawrence.
So it's going to be interesting. Sorry, so it's going to be interesting because Diaz will look good in the Copa America. So it's really going to be interesting whether Gakpo will be shifted on the right hand side or how they're going to tweak it.
Salah's on that right, lads. He's Slot has told him to go and get a bald haircut, bro. He's giving him done it like how people did to Gohan when he passed on the Namek powers onto Gohan, bro. Just touch that head of his. Salah's ball now. All attributes 10 plus, bro. It's raps, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Salah
Nah,
finna run it back.
you know what? Yeah, Liverpool's depth is the main concern for me. That's
Yeah,
literally it.
yeah.
It's
I feel like
their
once
depth.
injuries come in, that's when you're like, fuck. Yeah, we're in trouble
Yeah,
here. But yeah, no, 100%. But
but
if they
until then,
don't
I
get
like their
any
team.
injury, it's looking long.
Yeah,
It's
but
looking
until
long.
then, I do like their team. I do like their team.
No,
Aye,
100%.
Lawrence, we both got the same top two.
Ah, I think you know where
Aye,
this is going. To be honest, I think you know where this is going.
Yeah,
aye, you
Arsenal
can
to
go.
Uh,
win.
You can go first.
I'm going to City second.
You know what? Yeah. You
No,
know.
No. Listen,
no.
hear me out. Hear me out. I knew I was gonna get that reaction, but obviously, like Iman, you have to back your clubs in it. Um,
Yes.
Richie, you can't talk.
Nah, Richie's topic, bro.
Richie, it doesn't matter what you say. You can't talk. At least I have the right to include my club in the top two. Your club should be nowhere near the top four. That's
Ads.
the end of it. But no, look. I'll
I
be
will have the
honest. Like
last lap.
back to Arsenal. Back to Arsenal. Yes. I like what the main thing I've always said since the last 2 seasons. I understand how Liverpool feel when you're trying to beat City to the title. You feel so close, but you're yet so far. You like it's like you almost have to have a perfect season to beat City. And the last I won't lie, man. The last 2 seasons, and like we could not win it this year. But one thing I would thank Arteta for, he actually like made me want to watch Arsenal Football Club again. Like bro, we were a banter club, bro. Man said 2-8 finishes, fifth place finish. You know, like we haven't been in the Champions League for a good while now, and I see the vision. Like he might not be the manager to get us over the line. I'm not saying I would love him to be the manager that helps us win the Prem. He might not be, but the foundation he's turned on. We're not bitch boys anymore. We're not a team where you can walk all over us. Like we have that aggression. We have like we're a team. We're a solid united team. And I trust Edu. I trust Edu and Arteta. Now go back to Trust's point. I need us to be active. I need a big signing. I need a striker in the club. That's all I want. Get someone who's gonna score 20 goals for us. That's all we need. I don't need. Well, I would like a right winger, preferably Hapsaka, but that's the main priority. Get the striker in. Get to you like my point is we easy splash out 100 million rice. Why can't we just do for a striker? We have the money. We have the money. It's there. I don't know what they're waiting for. But to be fair, I'm happy we're not moving rash with transfers. Because we used to move very rash with transfers. We go and sign players. Or but why would you when this guy was cheaper or like maybe the same price and he's played more games, has more better experience? I just feel with Arsenal, I feel it's a make or break here. I feel like if it doesn't happen this season, like we'll still there be challenging, but I just feel like they have to get the striker. I can't wait another year. Has to be this year. First season was okay. We know what we have to do. Second season, nearly perfect. Few tweaks wrong. Third season, it's all as documentary said, all or nothing. That's what it is. And people are questioning if Arteta doesn't win anything, is it over for him? I personally know, and I know people might say that's crazy. How can you have a manager for 4 years and he's won you not? I personally say no. The reason why I say no is just because you don't have time in the Premier League. I feel like Arteta is a prime example of when you back the manager, when you stick with him through the highs and lows, this is what he can bring you. And a lot of they've come back watching the club. There's a culture at that club. People you get excited when you watch us play now. You don't. It's not the same feeling like, oh, we're gonna get back 5 or 6 nil. Like everyone's gonna have a back game. No, I look forward to watching my team play. But to make long story short, I just feel like it's all or nothing. Third time lucky. That's all I'm going to say. I just feel like all or nothing. We go and get that striker. If we don't get that striker, kiss that title goodbye. That's what I'm going to say. But yeah, I have City second, Arsenal first.
Fair. I have literally until literally about a couple hours ago, I didn't know who I thought was gonna win the league. I'll be real with you. I was there. Oh, Arsenal have this, City have that, la la la. But now after the Community Shield, And they're like,
Mm.
damn, Pep Guardiola's bring real wingers back. He's bring back that directness. Oscar Bob, Jeremy Doku,
But
Savio.
you need to think. Another thing, you need to think how many are gonna get, because he gives opportunity to all these younger players. Doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna start as well.
No,
You
but
still
that's
have,
but
yeah.
this year though. It's different
Mm,
this year. I have a feeling,
mm.
especially because they signed Savio for good money and they stuck with second season.
Yeah,
And this week, I don't think Bernardo's gonna have as many right wing shifts as we expect.
that's
And
true.
I
Yeah,
think
he can have, yeah.
and I think Pep clocked the formula last season. Phil
Mm,
Foden, as much as we do slander him in the city
mm,
system, he's a 10. As much
mm,
and in the city system, he's a very good 10. And with De Bruyne by his side, okay. And then we have left wing free. Daku,
mm,
Grealish, Savio can play both sides. So I think Pep has bring back that directness. And today, I like the look of Savio. I
mm.
really did. I like the way he was playing. He moved quick. He has like just fluidity about him. He likes taking on his who was it? Dallo. Dallo got cooked a few times
Uh,
by Savio today. And then Doc in the first half was dangerous. And then Oscar Bob throughout got his well deserved assist. And then, as you guys have mentioned about Arsenal haven't been active in the market a lot. And if Arsenal don't get that striker, it's like, oh, can Havertz be that striker for a 38-game season? And then you have Marino. Is Marino that guy for a left centre mid? And then you have like, okay, you have Marino and then you start Rice. But then in some games, surely you want Jorginho and Rice. And then you have Thomas Partey, but Partey has been underwhelming. So still like, oh, what's the
Thomas
rotation?
Partey, I won't put that. Thomas Partey's gone. He's up for sale. He's gonna be gone.
No, he's been up for sale. It's the fact that he's still left. You get me? Like,
No,
to say like,
I don't like that. I don't know what debut game was this. I forgot what he had a horror. He had a like, the
I think
legs
it
are
was the
gone.
Liverpool one.
He
I
won't
think it
be
was the
starting
Liverpool.
no more.
Yeah, but it's just
Yeah,
still like,
I
oh,
think
the
it was,
rotations and then left centre mids. It's
yeah,
gonna be.
no, yeah, no.
I'm just
He's
still
gone.
like, what
He's
are Arsenal trying to do?
gone.
So City, I
I,
just think
I,
City
I,
will edge it.
I'll be real. We can't experiment anymore.
Yeah,
Arteta, no, I know 100%. I would say this that Arteta needs to stop experimenting. We know where these players play. We know what their strengths are. Play them in their strengths and stop trying to do some football manager fantasy like custom tactic, bro. I don't need that shit, bro. Play them where they're supposed to play. If I see Havertz in left, like, I don't care. I know you got an assist and a goal, whatever there. He's not there. He's either playing up top for us, a centre forward. He's not left centre mid. He's not a left centre mid, bro. He was striker. That's when he caught his form. I don't need to see him in this left centre mid experimental eight. No, because this is what's fucking costing us. This is what's in the Villa game where it was if we had won that game, probably would have won the title. Like the worst thing about it, Havertz played left centre mid. That's how I knew the game was gone.
yeah,
And everything came from his side. Everything got exploited on this side because he was going up. The space was left behind. Partey didn't have the legs to cover us. That's where Villa just targeted, and that's how they got the point off us. I love Arteta, but he can't afford to experiment. You either get the players you need, and if you don't, fight the
fair.
second. Just fight the
Yeah,
second place. You're not going to get the first because City, they're killers. They have that
yeah,
killer instinct. If they smell blood, raps, raps. They don't care.
fair.
Ask Liverpool. How many times Liverpool got so close to City by a point? They've taken it to the last day, and they
Yeah,
still can't. They
Yeah,
still can't. You know.
you're never
And
beating City on the last day.
I used to slag Liverpool. My best mate is a Liverpool fan. Now I understand how he felt in the 4 or 5 years. Like it's not easy, bro. Your head will be gone, bro. Like imagine you're playing like college football. You're in the final every season to like your biggest rivals, and you keep losing a point on the last day.
Yeah,
So you're mentally like your head will be gone. You wouldn't want to like I can't do this shit anymore. How many times will I have to keep doing this
mm,
until I see goals? And I just feel with Arteta. I hope it's a case where it's not the Liverpool thing, bro. Like, bro, because he knows what he needs to do. He's seen what Pep is on. Like, you have to. Do you want it as bad as Pep? Because I can't lie. If you don't want it as bad as Pep, don't bother competing, bro. That's what it is, bro. But yeah,
yeah,
yeah, Lawrence. That's what I was gonna ask you actually, because you said it there, like mentally, like
yeah,
being so close, but yet not
yeah.
getting there to the finish line. Like, do you feel like, like you guys got so close, like points
Mm,
wise? do you feel like you could get better than that points wise? Because that's the levels we're talking about to win the league now. You know.
Like 100%, not Joyce, 100%. You're spot on. It's a very good question. Like I'll be dead on. I'll be dead on. I think we can achieve the sky is the limit for us. But like I said, stupid decisions like starting the wrong players. Like we started Zinchenko. I forgot what team it was last year. It cost us points. As Havertz Villa left centre minute 8. I don't know why we did that. These things, yeah, you can look back saying, yeah, he got it wrong, but like the season's 28 seasons long. You'll be looking at the games like, why the fuck did I play him on that day? You know, like there's certain games you look back, that's what lost them the title. I believe that Villa game was what lost us the title. That was it. Not the draw we had after. I forgot who it was. That Villa game where Harry was playing left centre mid 8, we lost 2-1. That was the day the title was gone. That was it. Go back, answer your question, Joyce. Like, but the mentality's there. I won't like the mentality. Like he's instruct, like he has them. He's made them winners. He's made them like you have to win. He's definitely made a much better mentality than we had back then. But my question to your question is, why doesn't he just go for broke? I like it's my biggest question when I tell that he doesn't go for broke. I feel like he has a certain level that he trusts, and unless something serious happens, he won't, rest players and stuff. And I get that. You're in a title race, you have to, play. But like ESR, like I know he was injured, but there's some games he probably could have played. 100%. Reece Nelson, there's probably some games he could have played. Ethan Wanieri, this is my last straw with Arsenal with new players. He's had a very good preseason. I hope he gets some minutes. Miles Lewis Skelly, I also hope he gets some minutes because his neglection of the youth is becoming. I was defending it, but it's getting a bit concerning. Like he needs to give the youth more games. I just think the mentality is there, but my question to Arteta is, does he want it bad enough? Is he willing to go above and beyond to bring that trophy back to the Emirates? I'm not discrediting anything he's done. He's brought joy, he's brought happiness, he's brought back a culture back to this club. But this is his third season going against Pep. Surely by now he must have learned, yeah, if I want to beat this man, you can't afford any fuck ups. That's the reality of it. You fuck up once, you may get away with once, second or third, there you go. And like City, they catch fire in like January. Like once they go on that beat and run, you're not catching them. You're not.
See,
Like,
the thing with City, yeah, the thing
yeah,
with City in the video I have coming up, we were talking about it. It's like, okay, you're City, you've won 4 in a row, and all this. It's like, do you still have the hunger to keep on going, like for another season?
every time they've questioned it, they've just
and then they
shot
just
it.
pull through. Like,
Yeah.
I just can't like pick anyone over City. You get me? Until it's like, oh, damn. Like ever since Pep's been here, he's only lost his title 2 seasons. Like that's crazy. That's a crazy mentality to have. Like,
They're fake. The players are fake, man. That man is a fake man himself, man. Like it's scary. It's scary.
God knows,
Like,
man.
like as a player, do you know what it's like? Your manager be like, "Oh, I did a 4P. Yeah, we're gonna go for 5." You're there, like,
Yeah,
yeah, bro. Like you just like you won 4 in a row. You walk back in, it's like, you man's like, guys, welcome back. I hope everyone had a good holiday. But these guys were going for 5. You're there like, bro, is 4 not enough? No, I want 5.
bro. This
Maybe
this the ego they be
bro,
talking about on Blue Lock.
crazy. It's crazy, bro. Bro is an egoist. He don't care. Your bro is just
For
like,
real.
bro, he's trying to make records that will never be touched. That's what it is, bro. Pep is just like making the Prem like
Needs to
that
relax,
no one
man.
ever touched. Like,
Needs to
yeah.
relax. Alright, so now that all Arsenal, Man City, and Liverpool have been mentioned, facts about each. Arsenal are the only Arsenal went unbeaten in the 2003-4 Premier League season, a feat unmatched in the modern era. I'll give you that, Lawrence. Okay, I slander you too much. I'll give you that. Next, Liverpool. Liverpool has won the most European titles. They've won 6 UEFA Champions Leagues, the most by any English club, by the way, English club. And as for Man City, Man City became the first team to reach 100 points in the Premier League season in the 2017-18 season.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
since this episode has gone on so long, we're gonna just go real quick with this ending.
Yep.
Player of the season, Lawrence, go. Like,
Man,
yeah,
I can't lie. There's so many names. I maybe in another video I mentioned it. I don't have
yeah.
one.
We'll
I'm
extend
still.
on this. Go.
Sorry.
We'll go on. We'll
Sorry.
say in another video, like we'll expand on it. But
Okay.
who do you have right now?
Oh, who do I have it for? Oof. Bold one. Bold one. Bold one. It probably backfire on me, but I'm gonna go Darwin Nunes. Probably
Okay.
backfire. I just
I rate it. You
just,
know what? Sister, I
it's
rate it.
just that Copa. It's just that Copa, man. I know I'm living off a Copa, but what he was doing in that Copa was ridiculous.
You know what? I
What he
rate
was
it. I
doing
rate
in
it.
that country was ridiculous. I genuinely thought, like, where the fuck was, like, did they like clone him or something? But yeah, I know. Like I said, it's probably gonna backfire. I'm probably gonna get slated, but I'm going Darwin. Like, I know it's probably not gonna be him, but I'm just going Darwin because I just feel like Sloss can unlock this man, and if he does, it wraps. But yeah, go on.
Joycey, go.
KDB, bro.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's a more mature shout, to be honest.
Yeah.
I rate it. I'm simple. Well, obviously, since I'm being deluded and have Chelsea third, it only makes sense to have a Chelsea player
Oh
as
my
player of the year. And we all know who's gonna be player of the year because we all know this brother's training fake, unlike another Mancunian rat. The coldest man alive. Cole Palmer, player of the year. Come back to this next May.
You know what? That's a little bit more tolerable just because he did have a good season. But yeah, I can allow that. I can go with that.
Another 40 goals and assist season coming soon. Trust.
Do you know what?
Uh,
Fuck it. I'm changing my player of the season because I just deeped. I had Darwin as my surprise. So if I'm going player of the season, I'll probably go with KDB because Darwin Nunes was my surprise player of the season.
fair.
So I go with KDB. I go with
Yeah.
KDB.
Okay,
Haaland or
most
KDB. One of those two.
most underwhelming player of the season that you think?
I think I said this before. I'm not a big fan of him. I went Xerxes. I don't
Okay.
think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna. I think when I actually think of what Joyce said, I think Hoyland might remain the number one. I thought Xerxes with the money this, but I thought he was going to be the number one. Don't. I think he's just very similar to Hoyland. I just think maybe better in some attributes, but I don't think he's going to hit the. I don't think he's going to be the player United want to be. I could be wrong, but I think it's going to be Xerxes.
Okay. Fair. Joycey?
It's a hard one, to be honest with you. I'm gonna go for Darwin Nunes.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. We got two guys on the
Okay.
opposite
Yeah.
ends of
Okay.
the
Good
scale.
versus bad. Good versus bad. I like.
Okay.
I like it.
I like it. We'll come back to this one. I like it. As for me, it's a pretty basic pick, but I've gone for James Madison. I just don't
That's
think.
fresh
Good one.
out.
I just don't
Yeah,
think.
fresh out.
I just don't think he'll do his thing. To be honest, again,
Good
just
one, yeah.
I
Probably
just
will have
think.
a couple of good games, get injured, but
Yeah,
then
he'll have his couple, but I just feel like it's gonna be another one of those Madison seasons.
yeah, 100%.
All right, so surprise player of season. You said Darwin Nunes, Lawrence. Yeah. So who do you have, Joyce?
Surprise player of the season, I might go for Christoph Nkunku.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, hey, good shout. Yeah. If you can stay injury free, definitely
Yeah.
shout.
I read it. As for me, I have two picks here.
Okay.
One's a proper surprise. Another's like maybe in a couple of years. So one of these is Mohamed Kudus.
Okay.
They're like I think he's gonna like proper blow this season. I think
Okay.
this year is his year. And then the other one, it's a bit different. It's pretty different. I'm going Alexis McAllister of Liverpool.
Ooh,
Yeah, I
I
think
think he
this.
might be left one, bro. I won't lie to you.
Nah, you see, in the slot system, I think he'll do his thing, man. I think in this
I'm
slot
not a
machine
big fan
system,
of him. I'm not a big fan. I don't see what the hype is. I just think he does his job right. I just don't. There's, I don't know. I don't know. But like you
I
showed up.
agree. Yeah, I think he's gonna do his thing for sure, bro. But I think he doesn't have that PR like that, you know. to be
Don't
top.
worry, I'll boost his PR. We've already seen what my PR does. I'll boost his PR,
Oh
bro.
my god, you see
If
what
it's a,
my PR. Oh
if,
my god.
if it's a one man job, don't worry. I got this. Alexis McAllister,
Oh,
don't worry. You're on the Richie train right now, bro. I'll get you. I'll get you there, bro.
was
And
about to
then
lose his passport.
and then to end it all off, coach of the season.
I went Julian. I don't know how to say Julian Lopetski. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
sorry if I butchered that name. I think, like I said, I've seen before. If that West Ham team clicks and they get top five, yeah, deserves it. Deserves it.
Right. Joyce.
You know what? I'm gonna go for just Arne's Law because it's his first season. Yeah, Arne's
I
Law.
think if he wins an FA Cup, even I think
Yeah.
in his first season, major trophy. I think we could.
Fair. And then see, okay, I know I'm delusional. So if I say Chelsea third, it's obviously gonna have to be Maresca. But I'm being different. No, but I'm being different. I'm being
Oh
different.
my
I
god!
agree with Joyce on this one. I'm going with Slot. I'm
Nah,
going
he
with
was gonna
Ernest
say
Slot.
Enzo. He was gonna say he was thinking Enzo, bro. He was thinking Enzo, bro. He was.
No. What I was saying, no, Lawrence. What I was saying is, no. Lawrence,
I saw him. Yeah, I saw it, bro. Yeah.
no. Let me explain what I was gonna say. Let me explain what I was gonna say. Let me explain. Let me talk. Let me talk. What I was saying is, okay, if Chelsea are third in all this, yeah, surely you'd say Maresca coach season. You get me? Like that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. But obviously, I don't think Maresca is gonna be coach season. I think Ernest Slot is gonna do
He's
it.
not gonna get third, even but yeah.
He's gonna get third. He's third, bro. I've already said on camera, if Chelsea don't get top four, I'll get a tattoo of your choice, bro.
Okay, no problem.
Hey,
I'll double.
one last question before we end it all. Like, which managers do you think is gonna get sacked first? I'm saying it right now.
Oh, I
Enzo
forgot
Maresca
about
getting
this.
sacked.
Acting galore.
Enzo Maresca getting sacked, bro.
Nah, nada,
I'm saying it here
bro.
right now, bro.
Nada,
He's
bro.
getting sacked this season.
Oh my god.
Tell your bald Dutch manager to come outside. We Italians are outside. The mafia is out here, bro. You
It's on
Dutch
record,
guys
bro.
post your ganja,
I
bro.
said Enzo's getting sacked, That's a bad shout, Chelsea don't have no patience with their managers, bro. So it makes even more sense for him to get sacked as well.
Facts, bro. Facts.
Oh, yeah, I'm kind of just because how Chelsea's just sacked managers
Process.
like that. I'm gonna have to back Joyce on that one. So I was gonna say Ange,
All right.
but
Oh, okay.
I can get behind. I can get. No, I Ange. It just depends. You know yourself with that. Like I said, the culture with Spurs. If they don't want to play, like what else can they do but sack the manager? They can't like just terminate the players' contracts. Like really, but yeah. But Enzo or Ange, but I'm leaning more on Enzo just because.
I have three. And they're really basic, based on like obviously Premier League standings itself. Either Steve Cooper, Russell Martin, or obviously my surprise relegation pick, Thomas Frank.
Okay.
Because obviously
I don't reckon they're relegate. Like, see, I think if they get
no, that's what I'm
relegated,
saying. Like,
if they
that's what I'm
get
saying though.
relegated,
If I have
they spent their time. I don't think they'll relegate them if they get relegated.
you never know though. You never know how these owners work, bro.
Brentford should not be acting like a big boy club. I'll be real though. If they sack Thomas Frank, it's the worst thing they can do, bro.
Yeah,
you
fact,
spend
bro.
what two or three seasons? You spend your time here, bro. Go back down, rebuild, come back up. If you really want to bad, you'll come back up, bro. That's all I'm saying. Don't be sacking your manager because you got relegated, bro. That's not your fault. That's your player's fault, bro. Y'all didn't want to survive.
It's been a long episode, 2.5 hours. If you have made it to the end, I do hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoyed my delusion, Lawrence's ranting, and Joyce's philosophical ways. Yeah, I hope you did enjoy. Make sure you followed all the socials, link in the description, or follow our Insta, Spotify, Twitter. We're very active on Twitter at the moment, so make sure you do get at that. Make sure you follow each of our socials as well. Until then, we'll see you soon. Peace.
Love.